Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Let me turn the volume up a little bit. Some of y'all said y'all like when I'm loud, so y'all can make sure and hear me, okay? Before we begin, y'all, I swear to you, I was gonna do another topic, but then's and howevers, the manosphere doesn't stop. So because the manosphere doesn't stop, we can't stop, all right? The embarrassment of it alone is just too much, all right? Before we begin and I start telling you with the help of some of our, with the help of some other people about all of the things that have been coming out about the departed Kevin Samuels, is gonna blow your mind. Get ready. I got me some soda over here, yes, in my little Lion King cup. I got me some soda over here. Get your drink and let's go. I'm about to drop this intro so we can get on with the show because it's gonna be a good one. All right. All right, look. I would first like to start the show by stating, okay? Listen, y'all. I did my hair last night, rollers, all of that came out amazing. This morning, went to the shower, poked it off. I just spent the last half an hour reinstalling curlers. That's why I'm late. I don't want to hear y'all say y'all ain't got time to put effort into yourself. I just put in curlers 2 days back to back. Okay, if I could do it, so can you. Now listen. I'm minding my business this morning, waking up, chit-chatting, doing my normal thing. I'm cooking. Dinner finished. I made oxtails, peas and rice. It's all in there. That's what I was up doing. Talking to Jada, talking to Couture Bay, because we got a goddamn group chat going. I get the reading. Child, the manosphere again has done it again. Let me drop some of this shit. First of all, there's some white lady. Let's deal with the white lady first. Let's roll it up with the white lady because this is just, you listen, y'all. Apparently, let me just state this, okay? Apparently, the manosphere is out here paying off Mr. Samuel's debts so he don't look as dirtbaggy as a lot of black women have been saying over the years, okay? This white lady, all right? This white lady, like she was waiting for the moment, y'all. This white lady that he was apparently subletting an apartment. Remember, we was telling you up until recently, up until COVID, right? He was living in a room, not an apartment. He was living in a room. He was subletting a room. It happens. It is what it is. At 50, I don't know, but that's what happens when you are a man and you put no effort into your life. My personal opinion, take it or leave it. Listen. So the lady, the Caucasian woman, again, the races of women who be throwing black women, this man has only literally thrown black women under the bus based off of what I've known, based off of what I've seen people say, right? So, or like the girl, y'all, why the girl, the alleged escort or whatever, listen, it's so much shit. It's so much shit. I don't even know where to begin. Vivica Fox and listen, let's do it. First, we're gonna start with this video of this white lady. Okay, let the white lady say hello. Let the white lady jump into the fucking fight. She has nothing to do with this. White women, it doesn't matter to them, but it bothered her so much because this nigga owed her money. But they're high value at 50. At 50 something. He's 56 now. So at 54, 53, 54, Kevin Samuels allegedly lived in a room, okay, with a BMW that was leaking oil all over this woman's floor. Pause. He still got the Louis bag. I feel him. Maybe if he didn't buy the Louis bag, he could have, I don't know. I'm over it. Let me drop it, y'all. Let me drop it. Because I don't know what else to say. I don't even know what the fuck. Okay, oops. Wait, let me make this larger so y'all can really see what the hell is happening here. Okay, hold on. That is Mr. Samuels, y'all. Hold on. Let me take this shit back.
So Kevin was out here renting rooms.
That is Mr. Hold on. I don't want to play it yet. I was just trying to take it back. Let me get my headphones together. I told y'all I'm a little late. I had to put curlers back in my hair. Deal with it. I'm gonna be a cute ass bitch tonight though. Anyway. All right, here we go. Let me take this down so we can watch this whole foolishness. It's like we've been saying this for a while. It's like the universe, and we ain't been the only people saying this. I've been seeing this on the internet. It's like the universe is paying these manosphere men back. It's like the universe is like, no. It's like the black God in the sky was like, all right, you know what? The black female woman who's God, you know, she was like, you know what? This has gone too far. These men have done too much. What the fuck? So not only did she take them, okay, because this is karma, she done allowed the world to see who he really is. So maybe, hopefully, some of these men who are not completely indoctrinated into the bullshit can understand that you were gassed. You were bamboozled. Let's do it. Nigga, if this is your king, the struggle king of ATL, the struggle king of the manosphere, y'all, from a parent, listen, let me just, let's go.
Kevin was out here.
Oh, wait. Damn it. Hold on. My headphones. Y'all might be able to hear it, but I'm not able to hear it. I told you this girl be jacking my headphones all the time.
Renting rooms.
Hold on. Is the volume up? The volume is up. Hold on. Wait, speaker. Real tech. No, headphones. Okay. I don't know why that wasn't. Click. Okay.
I've done nothing.
Okay, so it says Kevin was out here. I think y'all can see it. Kevin was out here. This is from a channel called Queen Esquire. Okay, shout out to her. Follow her. All right, the Caucasian lady posted it. It's a whole long ass live according to Jada. This is just a clip from the live because we don't really need to go into someone else's 8-hour live. We only do an hour or two over here. Okay, so apparently this lady been recording this shit. She posted it. So Kevin was out here renting rooms. This white lady he actually lived with needs to be interviewed. Child, listen. She posted it.
When the power bill spiked, you sit in communication after communication after communication, trying to make me responsible for it.
Not you responsible, the whole entire house responsible, Kevin. Since the stay-at-home notification.
He said that the power bill spike. I guess the she's charging a little bit more for electricity now. And she's like, it spiked for everybody. Everyone's home. It's cold. You see, he's wearing a mask. COVID has only been here for about 2 years. He's wearing a mask. Okay. All right. We know when this shit is. You see that Louis bag? He got it though. Let's go.
Of COVID, everyone's working from home. The power, the water, the gas is exponentially. No, it's not harassment. You know what, Kevin?
Hold up. Let's go back. He's saying it's harassment because
So Kevin was out here renting rooms.
I've done nothing.
Can I speak, please? When the power bill spiked, you sit in communication after communication after communication, trying to make me responsible for it.
Not you responsible, the whole entire house responsible, Kevin. Since the stay-at-home notification of COVID, everyone's working from home. The power.
He's okay. So basically, for what it looked like to me, they have an agreement based off of what the light, gas, or whatever is going to be. He pay a percentage. The people who live there pay a percentage, right? This is common sense, right? You pay your percentage. He's here complaining because he's like, I wasn't there. I ain't been here. here, sir, you are a whole YouTuber. Okay, you use a lot of that electricity, but apparently maybe he just couldn't afford to pay the bill. Probably because according to other people, he still was owing friends $300 for fixing his fucking iPhone. Y'all, this is your king though. Let's continue, I guess.
The water, the gas is exponentially. No, it's not harassment.
The water, the gas, everything went up exponentially because we are all home. We all know this. You pay water bill? I don't. I'm in New York. We don't pay water bill, but you pay water bill? My mama water bill went up. Everybody water bill went up. You rent a place. That's in your lease. I guess that's what just gonna have to do. Listen, Linda. Let's go.
Harassment. You know what, Kevin? Just recording Kevin's.
So this is the same lady. She's a done. Okay, she's recording him. The lady that Kevin Samuels actively lived with needs to be interviewed. That's what she said. She's like, hold on, sorry y'all. Hold on. Sorry, my kid. She's so weird. Anyway, she know I'm streaming at 12. Let's go.
Samuel's moving cardboard again from out from under his car. This video will be submitted to the HOA for repercussions of the removal of his automobile from.
Look at this shit. It's a BMW. He got on a suit. It's cardboard under his car. Yo. This is the yo, let's just play this shit.
On the premises.
Look.
I got all the spots with all the oil all over them, bud. I don't care. The oil is right all over the
BMW.
place.
Don't talk. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We talk about talk about, oh, my BMW. Your BMW is leaking oil. Your BMW is leaking oil. Okay, this literally, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. It literally is like project mentality. This is niggas who run around in Jordans and Gucci jackets and they ain't got no money. This is just a older man's version of it because in his time they wore suits. This is the equivalent of these niggas running around in Jordans with Benzes and they live in the goddamn projects. But this is yo God. Child. Also, let me pull. Girl, I ain't even done. No, let's pull up Vivica Fox. Because she said what we all been saying. We're going to pull up an article because we don't pull up that channel because we ain't going to get our shit taken down for them. Stop sharing. Hold on. Share. We got time today, I guess. I got curlers in my hair, child. So we got time today. Here we go. So Miss Vivica with her abs. She said Vivica Fox called Kevin Samuels death karma for comments about black women. Okay, they running the same age out this motherfucker. Okay, this man. Can I just say it's like the man is just mad. But when you say that, they want to act like it's not true. It's literally men who are just mad that they don't have nothing out of life. Or gay men. Did y'all hear what happened to Joe Budden the other day while he was on that podcast and they asked him if he was bisexual and he was mad as shit at them asking him that? A bunch of poor. Let me. They either poor. They ain't got no money. They ain't do nothing with their life, right? They living from pillar to post. They either living with a woman or living with their mama, auntie or something, or renting a room. These trying to trash ass niggas, right? They don't do nothing, you know. Oh well, okay. Or gay men who are fronting like they're straight, okay. And because they don't like women anyway, they need an excuse to try to dog us. When the reality is, you just don't like women. You just want to be with a man. And you angry that you don't have the courage to be with said man. I'm not saying this is Kevin Samuels. I'm saying this is Joe Budden. Anyway. Anyway. You know I have to say what I have to say when I have to say it. Let's go. Vivica Fox calls Kevin Samuels death karma for comments about black women. Yes, they are. Okay? The death of popular YouTuber and image consultant Kevin Samuels has garnered a mixed reaction from the public, with a number of detractors weighing in on his passing. One celebrity who has publicly commented on Samuel's death, a veteran actress, Vivica A. Fox, who criticized his polarizing regarding black women, and deemed his death as karma for his rhetoric and actions during an appearance on Fox Soul show's Cocktails with Queens. Child, Cocktails with Queens sounds like cocktails and kimonos to me. Anyway, this man was a hypocrite in my honest opinion. He was really Fox said of Samuels. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. Okay. She continued adding, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out into the world. That's when karma come back knocking at your door. She might not be so kind. So the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality, rest in peace. News of Samuel's passing first surfaced on social media, blah, 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 last week. Okay. So Vivica said, this is your karma. Y'all better learn a lesson. You out here just like the other guy, just like the boy who, you out here doing the most. And, hold on. You out here doing the most, and karma's gonna hit you. It's not gonna always be the way you want it to be. It's not gonna be for your best. It's not. Why? You know what I don't understand? Why do people only think karma is for other people, or karma is only when good things happen, or not that? No. Karma is God-given, and that means even if it is your child being taken out of here, that might be your karma. It might not be nice to say, but if you do fuck shit comes back. I say this all the time. I never understood why so many people who aren't good people, right, don't understand why bad shit happened to them. Like, because you're kind of an effed up person. Like, cannot comprehend why, when they do shit, people don't believe them, or people don't want to support them, or people like, you're kind of a fucked up person. It's real. So, from what we hear, so let me go back. I'm going to go into the comments. I'm going to drop this. Ooh, my stomach hurt. Hold on. I'm going to drop my link. And then we're going to go into some of the comments. For what we also hear, there is a man. I didn't pull it up. Hold on. I need to pull up my chat. I need to get the guy name. There is this guy. So, fuck. I was supposed to be posting an Instagram video. I completely forgot about it. I'll post it later. There is this guy who allegedly, O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's a YouTuber if you don't know who he is. And a lot of the other Manosphere have been paying off Kevin Samuel's debt, allegedly, according to these YouTube streets. According to these YouTube streets, he owed even a man, some guy he borrowed like $300 from to fix his iPhone. And allegedly, child, again, I don't know, but this is all over the Manosphere. Allegedly, I'm gonna tell you the guy name right now. Allegedly, the O'Shea, and I guess some of the other Manosphere men are paid the man his money so he couldn't come on any one of our shows, non-supportive of Kevin Samuels, and tell them how he died owing motherfuckers money. So, like, they are so desperate to save the image. This is the thing I think about it. So desperate to save the image of their freaking fuckboy king. that they're out there paying his fucking debts. From what I hear, they're out there showing video of the subleased apartment, not even in the apartment, a similar apartment, I guess one of the tour apartments, when you go looking at an apartment and go rent it, one of the tour apartments. Child, why they talking about they out here showing on their hours long lives trying to garner favor for Mr. Samuels and his passing? They're out here showing the apartment like, sir, he just got an apartment. I want to know, it wasn't even in his name. My real question is, has he ever had an apartment in his name? Besides him being married, when he was married, and it was probably in his wife's name because she probably had better credit than him. Could you be 52 years old, 50 whatever years old, and never had an apartment in your name? Does that make you, is that equivalent to what you think is a man? Like, you don't have an apartment in your name. And like, they out here, you know, oh, he's hiding money from the government. He hiding for what? Pay off your debt. People saying, and I saw Wiley last night, and I do agree that his checks come in heavy. I never said his checks don't come in heavy, like 40 stacks, 50 stacks a month. I'm not saying they don't come in heavy, but the debt apparently it's 50 years worth of debt. It's like you did nothing in your life. It's like these men who did nothing in their lives and finally get something, and now you got to pay off all of that debt. Hiding money for what? You still have debt. To the point where you can't even you can't do anything. You can't even rent a fucking apartment. You can't even rent a goddamn apartment. But these are the men that you were taking relationship advice from. They have to live off a woman. No wonder they want you to accept and tolerate and take anything. They would have nowhere to live if you didn't. The fuckboy of it. Just because this is the equivalent. Listen, if this was Brooklyn equivalent, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Fuckboy who live in his mama's basement, probably at night, you know, mama probably had a brownstone, or living in somebody fucking little 1-bedroom, 1-room apartment in a basement. Okay? You go outside with your nice fucking clothes. Okay? Because majority of your money gets spent on clothes. Majority of your money gets spent on putting forth this fake ass image so you can attract a woman. This is woman mentality all the way. Women are supposed to be look at me investing in time into my hair, investing in so much money into my maintenance as a woman. Woman mentality. These niggas investing all of that money into the suits, into the mirage that is fake. Because when you meet him at the bar, he got this nice suit. He got a BMW, but it's old. And it's leaking oil, but you don't notice that. He got money to pay for the drink. No wonder, because he's renting a room. He's in debt. And then you go back to his house, and he live in the projects. Or he rent a room. Or he big and grown and 50-something and got a roommate. But the problem is you. But it's us. I don't know too much women who rent rooms or roommates. And you know they're quick to say, oh, because you get public assistance or some shit. You know, they love to try to throw that around. I don't know a lot of even single girls. Right? If you want to say with no children who rent in rooms. They put their shit together and rent an apartment. But it's us. Hold on. I'm going to put up some of these comments. She said, hey girl, she said this is going to be a good show. Jamie is in the building. How are you? It's so much shit. Hold on, I want to find a guy name. Because we were talking about it earlier today. I was like, what? She said, I didn't even know what they were showing. I was looking at a video by O'Shea. Again, Duke Jackson. enough to fast forward through, and they're talking about his apartment, and I'm like, they don't know that's not his apartment, right? It's an apartment in a building. They got it labeled like they are showing his apartment. It was still a nice one though, nonetheless. The fellas are really trying to do damage control by all means. Listen, they out here doing damage control because they look crazy. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get this dude's name. Jada dropped the name. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get this motherfucker name. Hold on. Oh man. Oh, and the girl, allegedly, the girl who was there when he died, the escort or whatever, child, she giving out interviews for 5 stacks. $5 stacks. Oh, a guy named Steve. Steve is the guy, allegedly, that O'Shea Duke Jackson paid $300 because, again, he didn't want everybody to know that this nigga was out here talking about high value this and high value that. But however, he can't even pay his friend back $300 to fix his iPhone screen. She said the bones are definitely falling all out. And girl, I'm sure it's Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th. Like, it is, like, when they say God is a black woman, I thoroughly believe that shit. When they say God is a black woman, do you believe it now? Because the amount of L's that the Manosphere and all of these men are taking is so over. Have y'all seen the little Fresh and Fit motherfuckers recently? And how they out here talking about, I don't even care if a woman have an orgasm. And I don't, it's just like, it's just so, I am a trash ass man. And instead of me doing better, this is all I'm hearing. I swear to you, instead of me doing better as a man or having shame, because you should be ashamed. I feel like a man should be ashamed if he can't provide. I feel that way. Or just having shame about it. Trying to pretend like it's not you. Pretend like you're a woman. They love to pretend. You know how they say, oh, modern women aren't the same anymore. We can't be the same because modern men are trash. Most women, including women like me, would love men who are men. But too many males nowadays, especially black males, are whole adult boys. And women have to raise boys. We don't have to raise men. See how that works? Let's continue. These men are still defending him. Woo child. Hey, talk. Hey, Shawnee. Hey, Jamon. How are you doing? Hey, Lady E. Hey, Mahogany. Jada was watching 12 guys going in on each other because half want to be real and the other half wanted to keep the lie alive. I'm like, wow, is this how fellas are? I don't know these men in real life. They act like they know him in real life, and yeah. Because again, I guess I'm going to assume it makes the laziness, or it makes the just not doing anything with yourself okay, right? Like, I heard somebody said they don't even think he had cancer back in the day when he talking about he dropped out of college, that he just dropped out, that he probably just dropped out for some mediocre bullshit, again, because college and I guess doing anything that would benefit your life is too much work. It's too much hard work. I guess like being responsible with your seed is too much hard work. Building substantial lifelong relationships for some men is too much hard work. And then they end up 50 in a fucking room. It's too much hard work, y'all. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow. Please subscribe. Yeah, and remember, donations are always appreciated. Cash App, Super Chats, all that good stuff. Appreciate you. She said, and this was a suggested video with these men, and I was over here like, what did I stumble upon, Lord? She said, Yvette said she thought she was late. No, girl, I was late. Like I said, I had to reinstall the curlers. It was a whole thing. Shawnee was able to catch the live stream. I did start my morning with the shit. She said, was Kevin broke? I don't know what the hell he was. I know he wasn't good with money. I know he was a big 50-something-year-old man, and he was renting a room from that white woman down south in Atlanta at 50 plus. 50 plus. I know he was twice divorced. I know he was deeply in debt previously, I guess. I know, yeah, he makes a lot of money on these YouTube streets. But if you owe more than you make, I don't know how that works. You know how that works? People who, when money go out quicker than it come in, you know? He was not renting an apartment. It was a room with other people living in the house as well. It was a boarding house. It was a boarding house. You know, one of them houses, it's a literal house that are cut up in rooms, and everybody rents a room. They share a bathroom. They share a kitchen. 50 plus. And he's telling you how to get a wife. He's telling you that you are high valued because his renting a room, sharing a toilet with a bunch of strangers, considers himself high value. Why? Because he got a dick? A man's value is not wrapped up in his dick or his outfit. It's the stability for me. And I can't get past the none of it. It's nothing. Like, they were even trying to talk about he was engaged. You know, they tried to throw that little, you know, thing out. Like, oh, he was engaged to some girl and all of this shit. Like, so he was engaged to some young girl who would have got. Who he would have probably only wanted to marry because she probably had good credit. Because he probably couldn't even rent a freaking apartment. Making $40, $50, $60, $70,000 a freaking month. Can't even rent an apartment. Talk about he had cancer when he was young. That's why he dropped out of college. In the 30-something years, he's never went back. What's all the excuses? A woman could never have all these excuses. We don't get to do that. We have to do what we have to do. We have to take care of things. We don't get to say we don't know. We don't get that. We don't get to do that. Hey, LaRon. He was living in that room until mid-April 2020. That was literally 2 years and a month ago. She said, anyone claimed his body? I don't know. She said, when I was pregnant, I craved them oxtails, cabbage, peas, and rice. Yeah, girl, it's there. It's there. I mean, I was up from like 7:30. It was like, let me get this shit going from now. Dana said, the universe is serving him up on a platter. The universe is serving him and all of the manosphere up on a platter. What are you willing to do for money? You're willing to destroy your own race. I said this before. I compared this. It's like that guy in that movie Black Messiah, the Black Party Panther, how he literally sold the black race out for a gas station. This is what he did. He sold the black race out completely for a gas station. Had them murdered, in his sleep, all this shit. Remember the movie? And it took for the interview 20, 30 years later. It took for the interviewer of that movie, the documentary, to ask him, what did he tell his son about what he did? It never clicked to him until that moment that, oh shit, I'm a coon ass nigga. And I am in the fucking history of the destruction of the black race. I am a fucking footnote. And he went home, and later that night, he went back to the hotel, and later that night, he offed himself after 30 years. Because the reality of the bullshit. When is the reality of the bullshit that they doing gonna hit them? Because the karma is showing you that Kevin seen. Like, when is the reality of this shit gonna hit them? Because according to Jada, maybe only half of them is even starting to understand. Well, I guess that's half more than I even expected. When is the reality of the trash that it was Spoonie G? That it was games? That everything that was spewed is a whole destruction of our race? Like, you can say something without wanting to degrade the black woman. See, that's what we missing it. That's what we missing. That's what we missing with the Kevin Samuel-esques, the fresh and fits, the not comprehending their deficit, their issues. You could talk all about, baby daddies and all of this shit. But the reality is, where's the first baby daddy and why he ain't make her his wife before he threw a baby in her like she's some bullshit. We was talking about Future. Also, Future the rapper. Future made this song with some African artists, and they think her name is Tam or something like that. He got her to, I guess, remix a song. Don't ask me the song, don't ask, okay? And it's funny, but so sad, because Twitter, she's African, Twitter is on fire, especially African Twitter, because they're like, okay, from say you like her once, because I think Future was like, talking highly of the young lady, and African Twitter was like, please leave her alone. Please don't try to make her a baby mama. The joke is on us. Please don't try to make her a baby mama. All this bullshit that y'all talk, and y'all out here making women baby mamas. We blaming the women. The women, we need to choose better on the niggas we choosing. But let's not act like y'all niggas is choosable. Half of y'all is trash. And don't even care to be. And it's the trash. It ain't the regular men. It's the trash who act like they don't understand what the fuck. Or they don't understand. Why is it always they don't understand why they always end up with trash women? Trash begets trash. Just like trash ass men. Trash begets trash. You don't do nothing with your life. Your life is garbage. You don't have fuck a social security check coming in when you old for. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing to fall back. Nothing. But then you wonder why all your girlfriends is ghetto bitches from the projects. Because you think you deserve a lawyer. You think you deserve a doctor. You think you deserve a woman with some shit. Even though you as a man have nothing. I am thoroughly confused. Nothing. You want the big piece of chicken. You want the big piece of chicken. But you have nothing. Let's keep going. The ex-wives already know. The ex-wives already know the BF. When will they speak the truth? They don't need to. We already know the truth. They don't. I honestly need to. The silence is deafening. The mom's silence, the daughter's silence, the ex-wife's silence is deafening. They're probably Christian. You ain't got nothing good to say? We know I ain't a Christian. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Let me check my likes. I'm over here giving y'all a good old show. Let me check my likes. You better like it. You could dislike it too. You know, it's cool. I don't mind. I'll take a good dislike. A hard dislike. Oh no, y'all need to get these likes up. It's over 300 people in here. I only got 100 likes. Okay, let's do something about it. Please and thank you. Ah! It's so fucking crazy. Shorty said, I knew he was a hustler. I knew the first time I watched him within 4 minutes he was full of BS. Because we are aware. Certain people are aware. Certain people are just ignorant and stupid. We would never be, none of my ladies would never be up here on his show trying to barter and hope that he rate us at a decent rating. Because common sense is not necessarily common, but we got some over here. Can you imagine? Can you imagine needing to feel valuable to a nigga with a car that is leaking oil all over other people's property? Can you imagine? Thinking you have to I dated a dude who was like 50, that his age once. This nigga owned a whole house. He was a doorman. Like, I swear to you, he was a whole doorman. A doorman. Like, in a luxury, but a doorman. And owned a house here in Brooklyn. And had, so like, when I come across, I know so many people who city jobs. Even hustlers. So many, like, it's just, I'ma get it or you ain't got the mentality. How the fuck you hit 50 something and you renting rooms? I can't get past it. I can't get past it. And there's too many of them doing it. And them the ones that telling you ain't valuable. Why? Because they need you to feel less than so they can have a place to move into. They need a retirement community that is your house. And you have nothing but some fucking suits, credit trash. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand. She said, how you know when he left? Because Jada is the FBI of the Manosphere. Her and Mahogany, they like the freaking Manosphere police. That's how she know. Trust me, child. They like the Manosphere police. They track them. That's how she know. 138 likes. Let's get these likes up, y'all. I want to see 200 likes or else we off at an hour. I want to see 200 likes at least or else we off at an hour. That's less than 20 minutes from now. I'm just being honest. Just be you stop acting high value. Money ain't everything. It's not. They ain't even got it. They ain't even got it. And money is important for a man to have. But these men don't even have it. That's the gas. That's the gas. Money is very important. It is. As a man, their value is more like wrapped up into the stability they provide. I don't give a fuck what a nigga wear. Like, for real. He make enough money, I can go shopping and bring his shit back. I take his credit card, go shopping, and I'll dress that nigga. I don't care what he wear. At 20, I give it to you. At 30, bitch, you're doing too much. You should know better. At 50, you fucked up. Money is very important. It is. For a man, it is. Very. It's more important than the suit he have on, if you ask me. The stability of a man is what I consider of value. The stability he can provide for himself and for his loved ones, his woman, his children. That is what I consider valuable or high value. I just told you about a doorman. Nigga was a doorman. He retired now. He was a fucking doorman for about 25, 30 fucking years. I don't know. He was a doorman. He owned a fucking house. 2 of them now. He bought another one when he retired. He owned a fucking house here in Brooklyn. A fucking brownstone. And got another one somewhere else he done moved to. I don't date him no more, but you know. Somewhere, bought another one. But these high value men are living in rented rooms, sharing bathrooms and kitchen with other people, slapping Post-its on the milk. It's mine. Please don't touch. But I'm supposed to believe he is valuable because I say we got shit confused, especially our race. Because too many of us women try to wrap our value up into what we have in the bank. Oh no, baby. When you need to be looking at them like that. A high value man complaining about spending $25 to $50 more for light and gas. Yeah, that's what he was doing. She said all utilities would go up doing. Yeah, everybody was home. This nigga on YouTube all day. Pulling out energy and shit. I had to make sure my stove was off. She said, wait, where's the iPhone video? I don't got the iPhone video. If I had it, I'd have pulled it up, girls. Like I said, I was too busy putting curlers in my hair. I ain't even gonna lie to you. 157, thank you. I was putting curlers in my hair literally from like 11:15. I got out the shower and my hair was jacked up. And I literally did not get on here to pull that stuff up to like 11:45. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to make sure that I look, whatever. Leaking oil all over. She said, will the landlord be at the funeral? She probably pissed that she has to clean up that unit now. Karen is at it again. Yeah, she is. And she's telling you who he is. And, these are the type of men that exalts the Karens and the Lupitas of the world. Not the Lupitas. The Chiquitas of the world. Shut the fuck up, Jovi. I said the Chiquitas of the world. Shut the I'm sorry. My point is, this is a man who got a white woman in the South. Okay? This man is being dragged all over by black women, and a white woman from the South said, I'm gonna get up on this because that's how much of the trash he was. You know what? Most white women love to hear us being degraded and shit. But this one was like, no, let me put this out there so y'all can see. He was trash. There you go. On a silver fucking platter. Couldn't afford the little $25 hike for the fucking cable for the internet that his ass was using all the time. Jamal said BMW are trash. Listen, it's nigga shit. It's like having an iPhone. It's like them Jordans. You know how much people do you know? Well, I'm from New York City. I don't know these kind of people anymore because I don't run in these type of crowds. But when I was younger, motherfuckers and I know girls who know people like this. Oh, he live in the projects, but he got stacks of shoe boxes across the walls. You live with your mama on a room. You got thousands of dollars in Jordans on the wall. And you got a 400 credit score. I was about to say 350, but I'm going to give you a 400 credit score. But it's your baby mama who's the problem. It's the woman who wants you to be accountable, responsible, grow up. I don't know. She's the problem. She's the problem? I hear you. I hear you, baby. Mr. High Value had cardboard underneath his car. He was Mr. High Value. I'm just saying. Shaz says she just have to laugh. Jada said he was trying to say he was barely home running the bill because he was doing videos at the mall, at the restaurants, etc. So he was trying to say he was not running the electricity, etc. like that. My man, you pay a portion of the shit. So he literally was like, oh, I'm going to Starbucks, so I don't use up the gas, so I don't use up the electricity bill streaming. You live there. Is it her job to clock how, like, you live there? You sign up to pay a portion of it, regardless of whatever it is, it's the portion. Let's say it's 6 men in the house. Let's say she got a boarding house like that. The bill gets chopped up into 6. Not, oh, he's home more, he's outside. The bills get chopped up into 6. This is what happens when you're renting a room and you don't have good credit to get an apartment. You have to deal with shit like that. You want a lot of consideration for a motherfucker with bad credit. If you got a problem, go rent an apartment. Oh, I forgot. You can't. Where's my phone? Oh. I was like, where's my phone? It's right here in front of me. Let's get these likes up, people. Let's get these likes up, people. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and donate to the channel. Oh, we have a donation. Oh, thank you so much. Hold on, I'm gonna click on it because I'm gonna click on it. Hold on. There you go. It's a lot of comments in here. Thank you, Delilah, for your donation. Delilah was like, listen, she ain't even have nothing to say. She was like, I'm over it. Thank you, Delilah. Okay, thank you for your donation. It is thoroughly freaking appreciated. Also, hold on, where are we? I have to pull these comments up. There's too much comments. Hey, Panda. Panda always donate. Thank you so much. She said, hey, Jovi, I know women that rent rooms after a catastrophic life event, job loss, divorce, domestic abuse, but never due to lack of initiative. That is true. That's true. When I moved to Atlanta, I moved in with my mama for about 6 months before I left and got my own shit. I did. I moved in with my mama. I moved in with my mama. I had a baby. I moved in with my mama. And then I got my own shit. You're right. When we move, job loss, some shit. Not it is our life. You understand? It's not, oh, my life is trash. I just don't want to do anything. Like, it's too much of it. It's too many men that are just too... They're just too okay with the barest minimum. And to me, that's problematic. Can you imagine that's your man? Can you imagine putting your lifetime and energy into a man like that, and now you at 50, 60, and you have to go back and work at Walmart? Because you can't even retire because your man is trash. But you have to treat him like a man still? He have to have a big chicken and want to rub him back and want to fuck and want all of this. But he don't have nothing to give. Then you wonder why all of these so many of these older women, one, are happy being single, or two, just miserable as shit. Can you imagine having to be the nigga and the bitch? I gotta be a woman towards you, but still do all the nigga shit you don't want to do. But I still gotta pat you on the back like you do the man things that you can't do. I still have to treat you like you do all of this, like you pay the bills. Oh, my man is so great. I still gotta treat you like a man who is a provider, even though you are burdened. And you wonder why they angry. You wonder why women like that are upset. I would be upset too. I don't live like that. That's why I'm not an angry black woman. If I had a burdening, when I did have a burdening ass nigga, ex-husband, I was an angry bitch. I was upset all the time. Why wouldn't I be? The burden of it all. It's burdenous. That's not natural. Anything unnatural, Of course she's going to be angry. Ask a woman, pay the rent or cook dinner. See what she choose. These motherfuckers out here, oh, she don't want, oh, women don't want. We want to. Y'all just are ill-equipped to do it. Talking about women don't want to be women no more. We would love to. Too many men are just ill-equipped to do that. Or to have a woman who can do that. Because I can't be a woman if you a bitch too. We both can't be bitches in this relationship. Somebody gotta wear the pants. So if your nigga walking around here in a skirt on the couch all day playing motherfucking video games with the goddamn dog, doing the barest minimum, of course old girl is angry and pulling up her fucking boxers and her big nigga pants. I don't wear big nigga pants. She said, now they going around saying he said he was never high value. Isn't that his whole trademark? Are they serious? They do know that we could look at the tags on his videos. As a YouTuber, I could look at the tags on his videos. He's a high value. You pull up his name, that's one of the tags underneath his shit. High value man. It's a high tag too. So that means he used it often. What are they talking about? It's the gas for me. She said, me and my American girlfriends long time ago, we only date West Indians. Angel said, you speaking facts. Tawana said, I'm the truth. Thank you. I be trying. There was indeed a GoFundMe and it was recently removed. I knew it was a GoFundMe. It was recently removed after there was so much talk about it and why high value man supposedly had no money to bury himself and the family was made aware. Wow. So basically what I just heard is the family tried to make a GoFundMe because they don't, regardless of whatever y'all talking to say it's in a Swiss bank account. Y'all doing the most. A nigga who is 50 who has never had nothing doesn't know anything about investing. Okay, but all right, it's in a Swiss bank account because he didn't have a will. Now they ain't even got access to that in the Swiss bank account. So they gotta. They have to raise money to bury him. Jesus and shucking Christ. Even his family, even in my family, we ain't got money to bury nobody. We collecting a pot amongst ourselves. Does that mean that his own family ain't want to put him in the ground? They had to really go to GoFundMe. When I hear GoFundMe, I just think, damn, nobody in your family don't fuck with you like that, huh? Down there. Nobody, $50 from this one. My uncle, well, my mama cousin in Panama, all right? He passed. She grew up with him. Y'all, in Panama, my uncle was out here. My mama had to send me money. So they brought the money out to send to my uncle to forgive my uncle so they can go bury him. Because that's what family do. Because they fuck with you. You don't need to go GoFundMes. They figured it out amongst the cousins. And he had to come pick up money from his one and go, oh, I'm going to pick up money for your auntie. I'm picking up money from this one, picking up money for this one. Okay, let me give you extra 50. I ain't got it, but here, take it. And let's bury him. But no, you got to go on GoFundMe. Because your family ain't even fucking with you. Your daughter not fucking with you. Your mama is like, he my child. That's how I feel. His mama's just like, he my child. I got to do for my child. Because Jesus said. But the silence, y'all, to me, is fucking deafening. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up, Jovi? Hey, everybody in the
What's up,
chat.
boo?
Hope everybody is enjoying themselves on this awesome Friday the 13th day. I just wanted to make sure I jumped on real quick to clarify what I meant by the family was made aware. It seems the family already knew, and I was just saying that it was made aware that people were talking about how he's supposed to be this high value man, and they trying to keep his reputation and blah 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 blah. And then it was removed after 7 whole days. So they been knew about this, but it still took them 7 days to decide to leave it alone. And yeah, that could have been because the sisters kept saying, why don't all these high value men pay for his funeral then? And on top of that,
Did you see it
okay,
when it was up?
I saw it when it was up. And
How
not
much
only did I
money was in
see
it?
it, oh, you know what? I didn't keep up with it though. I saw
Okay.
it when it first went up because I was
Okay.
like, what? No, that can't be true. But I did go back to it after I heard it was removed. And you can tell the difference in between when it's removed by GoFundMe for
Mm-hmm.
like fraudulent reasons and when it's removed by the owner. It
Okay.
was removed by the owner who supposedly was supposed to have been their family at the time. So just wanted to make sure I got that part clear. Not that the family found out and they had it removed. The family already knew, and allegedly they already knew, and they left it up 7 days before they took it down. And it seems to be right after women started saying, why don't the high value men that he rode with pay for his funeral?
Yeah.
So I don't know which comment
Okay.
of that you just pulled up. I don't know which
Oh
one that
no,
was.
you it was when you said somebody DM'd saying and said Kevin
Oh
made a
yeah,
video about men living at home with their mamas, and you was like, well, he didn't live with his mama.
right. He was not living at home with his mama, so I can't even pull that video up for Jovi because that would make no sense. He wasn't living with his mama. He
He
was
was
living
living in a
with
boarding house.
a boarding house that a white lady owned that was pissed at him because he kept ignoring paying the $25 to $50 extra a month for light and gas. Which I don't know what high value man couldn't just throw that on the table and keep it moving. That's all I'm saying.
I
Like, I
don't
don't
know.
know. But
Elle
I did
says,
realize that after the lady was talking
uh
and
huh.
she was talking about like when that happened or whatever, I realized he did start doing videos in restaurants and the malls, and I was like, oh, that might be why he was saying that I was barely here. I was barely here to run it up. And she like, everybody was. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but dang.
It's
You got the
crazy.
white lady coming out. And if y'all calling her a Karen because she came out with a video, that is not the definition of a Karen. She is just telling the truth.
The truth.
This is it. She out here telling the truth. She letting y'all know. She probably didn't even realize that Kevin was that big.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She
Okay?
probably didn't
Until the
realize
stuff
it.
hit the fan. And she like, oh, let me tell y'all about the Kevin Samuels I know, because this is what I
Mm-hmm.
got to deal with. So yeah, it's wild. It's very sad, but oh,
Hey.
I don't even know what to say.
Elle want to say, well, shoot. First, I want to. Okay, Elle want to say all the money spent on prostitutions, he probably could have put money towards an apartment. Listen, you got to fix your credit first, especially in Atlanta. They ain't playing with you. Atlanta not even playing with you.
Yeah, see. That it's very interesting, but I'm just saying, I can understand people saying, well, some people have to do that, and he was in a quote unquote mini mansion. But I'm like, what older gentleman that is talking about high value stuff would go and rent a room that he has to share a whole house
There you go.
with several other
Bathroom,
people? Yeah,
bathroom, kitchen.
like really? Like, so he a high value man.
But that's
He
high
bringing the
value.
chick into a bedroom. Okay, a bedroom. And when the lady dropped the photos of the bedroom, I was like, well, dang. I need to jump on TikTok and follow this lady, but I ain't that nosy. But I mean, come on. He spent all that money on everything else. Who was that? Who was that said you spending all that money on everything else and you didn't even fix your teeth?
Then he, there you go.
That was Kevin.
A hundred
So,
thousand dollar watch.
right.
First thing I'm gonna do is get my teeth. Give me $100,000. I'm gonna get my teeth done fast.
Okay, like come
It's like,
on.
for real, it's literally like he's a used car salesman. Like, that's what he was. Used car salesman with a nice suit, but go back home to a room. Don't have nothing. Borrowing the car from the frickin' from the lot.
For which, I don't know, somebody was trying to pull up all of his assets, but that old BMW that he had that was leaking, if that was a BMW, I couldn't really see the car that well. But if that was a BMW or whatever car it was, supposedly he lost that car because he couldn't pay it off. Supposedly.
That old ass car?
Yeah. So supposedly that leaking car he still could not pay up on. And it was taken. So he got another one, used the credit card, got in more debt.
Got in more debt.
Got in more debt, supposedly using the pandemic assistance money and all of that stuff. But it's like, okay, I ain't gonna rag on the man because I did tell y'all that he showed y'all how to do the game. If you go fake it till you make it, he showed y'all how to do it.
Fake it, yeah, he did. Thank you guys. We have hit 204 likes. So we're going to keep riding out. Thank you so much.
Shout out to the likers.
Continue like. No, man. We have 400 people now. I need 100 more likes. I don't know what to tell y'all. I need like 400. I need like 100 more likes, y'all. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. If you just got here.
Hit either or, but hit
or dislike. Hit the dislike. It's cool. You don't have to agree.
But that is wild. That
is wild.
I knew
like this is your the thing is like this is your legacy. Like people are like, okay, in the moment, but this is your legacy. Like the guy who got Fred Hampton killed. Thank you, Couture, for putting the name correctly, because I got a lot of shit going through my mind. Like the guy who got Fred Hampton killed. Like this is your legacy.
Yes.
Forever. And like I said, this is like the effects of him trying to make $1 is going to affect our culture, going to affect our community, probably until my daughter and your daughter get big and grown. They still going to be, the boys still going to be affected by the dumb shit out of this man's mouth.
Yep. And here's the thing. Okay. Allow me to say this, because I have got to say this. Men, I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Not that y'all were following behind a man, kind of, sort of, because y'all were running around talking, he's our godfather and all that. Now, that was kind of weird to me for a bunch of grown, over 40-year-old men, over 30-year-old men talking about that's your godfather and all of that. It was a little weird, but I am disappointed that now y'all are hearing stuff like this and y'all are still making up excuses, then saying he's not here to defend himself. It's not like the lady just saying it word of mouth. The lady got video. The lady has video and you hear him in the video. But
it doesn't even matter because the women, he been dragging black women for like 2 years, and for the most part, we weren't there to defend we weren't able to defend ourselves. So what it matter?
But listen,
why we gotta give more than is given to us? Why?
And that's a fact. But listen, we're gonna take all that out the table and just say the simple thing. He played y'all. And
that's
y'all,
it.
Instead of saying, dang, he got us, he had some good thoughts or whatever, but he sure got us. Y'all like, oh, it's the black women that are out here putting out all of his business. No. That came from the black man spaces. Okay. All the tea that's been coming out lately has come from y'all. The sisters would have known that, because if they did, they would have put it out the last 2 years. So it's not the sisters that are dragging your homeboy. It's y'all. And instead of some of y'all just saying, like I said, dang, he got us. He said some good stuff. He said some crazy stuff. That's our boy Kevin, but he got us. Now y'all want to blame it on the sisters again? And say we at fault for all of his lies coming out?
Again.
Like, come on. Y'all got to take some of the, y'all ain't even got to take some of the blame. You don't have to take some of the blame.
They don't want to. Take the blame. These type of men, that's the problem. They ain't going to take no blame. That's how they followed him to begin with. Those type of men already aren't going to take any sort of accountability for their part or their behavior in the shit.
Right. Because I'm like, when I heard all this stuff, I was like, wait a minute. And it's the men who are talking about it. It's like, what? And they got proof, evidence, receipts, videos, voice messages. I'm like, wow. But then they turned around on the very same lies. Men are coming up talking about, it's the women's fault. The women didn't cause Kevin to do all of this lying, cheating, and stealing.
Nope.
What is y'all
I
talking about?
I never even watched them. I only seen clips.
Clips. I seen 3 videos of his directly from his page because I was referred to him. So I'm like, well, let me check him out. And then the other videos are just from people sending them, those little viral videos and stuff. Like, come on now. If you ain't gonna take responsibility, just don't try to throw it off on the women.
Yeah, just say I don't want to be shit. I ain't shit. I don't want to be shit. This is what it is. I'm looking for a bum bitch like me. But they don't want a bum bitch like them. They want somebody who can actually take care of them. They want a new mommy. But they ain't gonna say that. She said, this is their alpha male. At 18, I was living on my own, paying my own bills. But to men, I'm too independent. But he lives in an apartment that's not his name, talking down to women. But he's an alpha male. There you go. Girl, the fact that she was able to even... my mama gave me an apartment when she left to move to Atlanta. And I've never moved back. The fact that you're able to do that to a man who refuses to or feel like he can't makes him feel inferior. That's not your issue. That's his issue. That's not our problem. It's not even about us being independent, because I don't consider myself an independent woman. I'm just an adult. I had to pay rent because my mama wasn't here anymore, and I had to find somewhere to live. So I had to pay bills because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I don't even consider that, because you are an independent. No, bitch. That's y'all and y'all crazy ways. Hold on. Let me pull up Laugh and Gags. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, Jovi, I'm working. I apologize for my voice, but I just wanted to, I joined late. So let me ask you this. I've been doing research. Did you see that Kevin Samuels was affiliated with Sinful P the Pimp?
Who?
Sinful P. Okay, if you go to Sinful P's page, I did a video last night. I put it on private.
Okay.
But go to Sinful P. If you look, if you go back and you look at Kevin Samuels when he was starting out, maybe about 3 years ago, he was affiliated with O'Shea Dukes, Sinful P, and the other gentleman. There are 2 pimps on that panel. And O'Shea Dukes has been accused of sex trafficking. You got to go. I played the video on my show last night. Go look up O'Shea Dukes Jackson.
I know who he is. I know who he is.
But look up his name and look up the sex trafficking. You will see a video where he's over in Uganda telling a young girl, we need to get together to introduce Ugandan women to American men. So I am at work and I got to get back to that. But I just wanted you to go do that. Drop a little gem. Go check it out.
Thank you, girl.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Wow. I do know who O'Shea is. And I do know he was over there doing a lot. Ciao.
Girl, this is too much for me.
When people show you who they are, wow, believe it. When people show you who they are,
surprised though.
I'm not surprised. I'm really, really not. I'm not. This is the same. It's the same thing of I'm trying to go to a third world country to find a slave. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Wait. But here's the thing. Now we are talking about fake it till we make it, right? So technically, he didn't make it. He passed before he made it. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I know some of the men are about to jump in, and some of these women who caping for him are about to jump in. But listen, he did not make it. He said a high value man had to be 3 to 5 years. He was only at 2 years, and even still, he didn't start making at least a little bit of consistent money until June of 20. So he still did not make the 2-year mark. And if we go beyond that, because some people are saying he didn't say he was high value. He did one time in a video. I saw that video. And then he mentioned when he brought out his dream team, those guys, Mediocre, Dennis, and the lead attorney. Okay, excuse me, because I can't remember the names all the time. But these 3 guys here, when he brought them out, kind of like the quote unquote dream team, that these are the men men who are the future leaders of what it is to be a high value man and all this other stuff, and that he was validating them as high value men. These men, two of them who are lawyers, already got money. I don't know what mediocre does. I don't watch him, so I don't know what he does. But we're talking about at least these two men with degrees who make money, who've been doing it longer than Kevin. But Kevin is the one validating them as being on the same status as him. Ain't that crazy? But nonetheless, he did not make it. He didn't
He
make
didn't
it.
make it. And
So
honest, can I just say, especially about like the people like the lead attorney, who says I don't know anything about him. It's a lot of people with
the
law
lead attorney.
degrees who, yeah, it's a lot of people with law degrees who live in pillar to post.
Oh my.
If you got to be
Yeah,
on
'cause see, I
YouTube,
don't watch the lead attorney either.
I don't
So
watch him either. But my thing is, it doesn't mean anything to me because you wear a suit or because you're go work. You should be freaking working. You should be, working in a firm somewhere. Like most lawyers I know are too busy to have a fucking YouTube channel every day. My sister-in-law is a freaking doctor. My ex-sister-in-law. She's a lawyer. She ain't got time to be on freaking. She ain't got time to be watching YouTube all day, let alone making videos on YouTube all day because they busy. If they any good.
okay. And
If
the
they're any
audio
good.
is working for one. For the person who says no audio, you might need to fix yours. And for the person that says that y'all all sound hurt, I don't know if you're talking about in the chat or up here, but this is
Child,
not
who
hurt.
cares? Who
This is us
cares?
telling the truth of what's going on. We have
Listen.
yet to call this man a name.
Listen.
We have yet to call him Dusty. Did we say Dusty? Because we
I
ain't called him
did.
Dusty.
I did.
Oh, did you call him Dusty? Oh.
Child, they've been
But
in my
nonetheless,
comments calling me average and best and all of this shit, trying to make me a baby. Child, they've been all of my comments trying to make me a baby mama, like they've been making they women. Okay, trying to make me a baby mama, trying to call I'm average at best. One thing we all know is that I ain't average, bitch. So yes, their godfathers are Dusty.
oh my, well, nonetheless. Yeah, he made the money though. He made the money. I mean, I have literally said several times over, shout out to the man for knowing how to change the game and make money. Within less than a month, he went from one looking type of guy to a whole different looking type of guy. And I'm not just talking about his face. I'm talking about like the way he structured his show, the way he added to his show by buying all this stuff to make y'all think he was high value, all of that. He did what it took to get on top. So I can't be mad at that part. But when I say he faked it, but he didn't make it, I'm talking about to the standard that he left for y'all that he was supposed to have been. That's what
I
I
don't
mean.
even think
He
he
didn't
made
make
it to
that.
2 years. I don't think he made it to 2 years. If you're still
No,
in debt, if you're still even if you're still paying off your debt at a 50 something year old man, if he was still paying off debt, still paying off child support, whatever, you ain't make it until I don't even if you want to say those 3 years, I would assume those 3 years then start until you're actively in a place of your own with your name on it, a condo and a house. I would think at 50 it would be a house, right? But whatever, owning something. Okay, owning something, fuck, at least renting under your own name, but owning something and not be in debt with 700 or plus credit. Apparently he didn't have that because he had the sublease. So that to
oh
me
yeah.
says valuable. I hate that word, how valuable, but at least a man that's worth something. Anything less, anything other than that is the equivalent. Like, let's not act like there's not rappers out here who get $1 million stipend and they blow it in 3-4 years. It don't mean nothing to me. It
Yeah,
doesn't mean that you
I
have.
completely told y'all the man was a high earning man. That was it.
That's
And he
it.
didn't start being that to June 2020. So he still didn't make it to 2 years. And again, that was just assistant money off of YouTube. Okay,
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying? It's like, but he made a transformation a month time. I saw from one video to another video, and I was like, oh, he transitioned. He did a good job
yeah,
because nobody paid attention to him before he started. I ain't gonna say nobody. Let me not say it that way because he still was getting thousands of views, tens and thousands. He was still getting that. But those 300,000, 400,000, a million point something views. He didn't start getting that until starting close to June 2020 and forward. Okay, so he didn't meet 2 years.
No.
If I give him 2 years, he still wasn't the 3 to 5 years consistently that he was saying.
Nigga
So he
said
became a
he
whole.
rented out. Listen. She said, listen, wait. She said, this is the what? This is he rented a house, the room in that house, because it was in a mini mansion. There's a million mini mansions in Atlanta you can buy for probably for cheap as shit, about $100,000, $200,000. What are y'all talking about?
For the rent he paid, he could have lived in a whole apartment. If that's the case, because a mini mansion, you know what I'm saying? He could have had his own
Y'all
place as a
sound
grown
ignorant as shit.
50-year-old
So
man.
I want to know, was she dating him because he renting a room in a mini mansion? Ew, that's your man? You gonna go downstairs and cook like it's the real world kitchen? It's like 8 of y'all in there making breakfast. I don't understand what's happening.
I'm telling you, my man was cracking up, laughing
I
at me
don't
today.
understand.
He was like, I can't believe you are sitting up here laughing about this. He was like, you are all in. I said, but it's interesting because it's coming from the men. All the tea is coming from the men. And I'm just like, wow, look at all of this tea being spilled after he gone. All of the details. And then my man like, who is y'all talking about? Because let me see what these guys are talking about. So I showed him a video and he was like, oh, he was like, so this supposed to be the guy? I was like, yeah, this the guy they talking about. He was like, yeah. He was like, that's that guy you was telling me about, the average at best guy before. I said, yeah. He was like, yeah. He was like, what he looked like before. I showed him what he looked like before he changed over, right? Right before he changed over. And he was like, oh, he was like, well, they should have caught on to that from the beginning. I was like, I know, right? Like, come on. That is
Child.
wild.
Let me pull up Talking Face. Hello.
Hello, how you doing,
How you
Jovi?
doing?
I'm doing
Hey,
fine.
hey.
Hey, I just wanted to say what really is troubling to me is how a lot of these women out here were seeking validation from him.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
now it's being proven that the things that he was telling them, he wasn't even a high value man, quote unquote, as he said. Because just because you have money, to me, it doesn't make you a high value man. You need to have more than some money, because you can have a lot of money and a lot of debt too.
It's no, or you can have a lot of money because you don't pay rent, or because you live in a room, or because you not grown ass men out here paying mortgages and fucking, whole rents for apartment. But of course you got money to buy a bitch a drink because you pay for a room.
Right,
And you
right.
ain't paying to get your BMW fixed from leaking. Man.
Right, because you might be
So,
leasing that too. But
okay.
I was on the Wiley show too, and and I like Wiley, but Wiley was saying that this was a great man, and
Ignore Wiley. He was trolling y'all. I watched it was last night. I watched that
yes,
show.
yes, and I wrote in the comments, I said, Wiley, are you trolling? But come on, now we can say he's trolling, but is he really like catching on and thinking to myself, well, he did it. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can start criticizing women, and I could, get more followers this way, because there are some women out there
That
that,
likes to be disrespected.
right.
A lot of them.
Yes. Yes. And you know
Yes,
what?
yes,
On
yes.
that live, if you remember, there was a lady that called in, and she was like, she's in the gym, and she was like, black women need to stop being lazy, and stop eating and lose weight because they fat. And she was just saying all these things. And I was like, oh my God, here is a black woman talking down to other black women. And the one thing that I noticed that people say is, he asked me, did I have a man? And I heard him, he asked some other people too. And like having a
What?
man,
A Wally show?
yeah,
Gotta
having a
watch it
man
now.
has something to do with whether you can comment on certain Kevin Samuels. Like, if you don't have a man, then you're one of those women that he was talking about. And what I told him was, to me, anytime I hear a man degrading or disparaging black women, I don't care who it is, it's gonna be a problem for me. If I heard a man out here on social media disparaging all black men, that would be a problem for me because my man is a black man, my brother is a black man, my uncle is a black man, my son is a black man. So I wouldn't tolerate that from a man just out here disparaging all black men. But for a man to be out here disparaging black women and pushing a negative, nasty narrative about black women, that is really troubling. And I asked one question on there. Not one man called and answered, and Wiley didn't answer. Why is it that you do not see white men on social media disparaging white women? You don't see Hispanic men on social media disparaging Hispanic women. You don't see Asian men doing it. Why is it always the black man that's doing it and not them? Black men, a lot of them are in prison. Is that the black woman thought they in prison? I mean, everything is blamed on the black woman or whatever. And if we don't let you sit up and treat us like shit, then we're not a high value black woman because we're not paying your bills.
Yeah, our value apparently is determined by how much we let you abuse us.
Right. That's what it seems like it really is. That's when I think this whole thing started, when black women started being assertive and saying, okay, no, you can't treat me like this. And then they want to talk about us, disparaging us about we're not doing this and we're not doing that, when evidently they're not paying attention. If you really look at it, the people that are not doing anything right now is black men, because black women are out here booked and busy and doing things. We're out here surpassing every race of women, being entrepreneurs and education or whatever. But all you hear about black women is that, oh, we're angry, we're mad or whatever. I'm not mad at any black man that wants to get with a white woman, an Asian woman, a Hispanic woman. That's okay. Get with them. I'm not worried about you. But what I will not allow you to do is don't get with one of those women and then have to disparage a black woman. That's the real problem. I don't think black women would really care about what black men did and went with other women if they weren't disparaging us and pushing this mean and nasty narrative about us. And that is dangerous to black women and dangerous to the black community. And so we have to stand up and speak against that. And when they get shot down in the street or whatever, who's out there rallying for them?
Us.
Okay.
It's us. We're always coming to the savior for them. But when have you ever seen that they came and rallied for black women? Black women, we have to stop this. We have to stop feeding into this and listening to these men like Armand Wiggins. That man hate black women. I don't care what anyone says. I know his mama black, his sisters are black, but that man has a problem with black women. But maybe it stems from him wanting to be a black woman. I don't know, but he does have a problem with black women. I know that. I've listened to him, and so I can say this because when people were saying that early on, and I hadn't really had an opportunity to listen to him enough, I couldn't say that. But once, because he is entertaining, but once I started to tune into his shows and watch several shows, I'm like, yeah, you don't think highly of black women. You really don't. You value other women over black women, and even black people. A lot of black people in our community have what I call a slave mentality, because a black person can do the same thing that a white person does, and we will lift that white person up and tear that black person down, and we will give them a pass. Look at Cardi B. Look at all these things this woman does, this non-black woman does. Look at the Kardashians. And it's our own people that are actually validating and raising these women up. Cardi B called black women monkeys, called their babies monkeys, roaches. But it's so the people that are really supporting her are black people. And a lot of them are black women. Her image that they are pushing is to black women. These young black women now and young black men now, sometimes I get so just worried and down because this is the future. They don't see,
Yeah.
they don't really see nor care what's going on. All they care about is social media. That's
Mm-hmm.
all they care about. They don't care about what's going on. And then you have people out here that are pushing black messages, and some of those messages are good that we need to get our own. And I do agree that we need to get our own. But at the same time, you can't do either or, you have to do both. They'll tell you we need to get our own, but then tell you not to vote. Okay, let me just work this out right quick. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they had that massacre at, we didn't really have a whole lot of rights then. Okay, we didn't participate. We weren't really included in the system. So we
Mm-hmm.
built our stuff up, and what did the white man do? He he tore it down, burned it, bombed it. So if we exclude ourselves from society right now, as far as legislative and things like that, and we go build our own, what do you think is going to happen? If we're not at the table helping to make decisions and being included in the decisions or whatever, we can go over here and build our own stuff. But what will they do? They will come and tear it down. So that's why it's important to do both. People need to start paying attention to the things that are going on. I have been saying forever that the Republicans have been working for 15 to 20 years to overturn Roe versus Wade. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden it comes and then everybody act like it's shocked. No, they've been doing this about 20 years. They have been working on this and nobody has paid attention. The next thing they're working on is contraceptives. They're going to tell women.
Well, the birth control, that's where the contraception come in. So when people,
Right,
when they
exactly.
take that away, the contraception is going to get taken away as well. Because it's the
And the
same,
next thing,
it's in the same
next
shit.
thing is going to be that you're going to have to get your spouse's approval to get birth control. You're going to have to get approval from your man to get birth control. Then they're going to be with the it's going to get to interracial marriage too. All of that is coming. Then it's going to get to affirmative action. I mean, we have to really look and see what is really going on. This abortion stuff, it's really for white women because white women get 60% of the abortion. They're trying to
Bless you.
build
Thank you.
build their white numbers up. So that's what that really is about. I just think everybody
Bless
needs
you.
to pay attention to what's going on, and we can focus on social media, but we also have to focus on what's going outside of social media and what's happening to this world today. Because if Donald Trump gets back in office, y'all, we headed towards a dictatorship, and people didn't think they was gonna get rid of abortion, and what happened? So it's
Yeah,
not
I feel
like
what you
it can't
mean.
happen. It's not like, and for all these rich people out here that think you're gonna be safe, let me tell you, the first thing a dictator do, ask Russia, is he comes in, he imprisons the rich people and steal all their money, and then after he lets them out of jail, he makes them leave the country. That's why he's the richest man in the world, because you steal from the rich. You have to take all the rich people's money too. So for you rich people out there that think you're gonna be safe, you're not safe either. Thank you,
Okay,
Jovi.
now
That's
look.
all I wanted
No
to say. I
problem,
know that was
boo.
a
Shout
lot.
out to you. Shout
No
out to you.
problem, boo.
It's okay.
Thank
Can
you
I
so
can I
much for coming.
can
You're
I bring
welcome.
this up real quick or speak on this real quick? Because I
Yeah,
seen
you
two of them.
can.
And it was like a while ago, like 10 minutes ago. So I hope he's still here. Mr. Mystical, whatever. I'll just say that part, Mr. Mystical. He said, yup, Sam made these clueless women his circus animals. You do realize that Uncle Sam helped your homeboy Kevin to be where he is now, right? Because if he didn't get that assistance, he would be still staying there with the white woman arguing about $25 to $50 extra on the light and gas bill. So if you didn't know that, now you know. The same guy that you over here trying to, drag us for, he was on that same Uncle Sam assistance, trying to help him with the pandemic. So is he a circus animal too?
Child, so
Some
now
of me
we animals.
on
These
YouTube,
motherfuckers is on assistance and they on a black woman's tit. They are
but here's the
beyond.
thing: it's several bigger
Anyway,
YouTubers who
wait,
have
wait,
stated that
hold
they will
on,
use it.
Hold on, Jada. Talking face, thank you so much for coming, sis. I appreciate you so much
Oh,
for
let me
coming
say one
up.
more thing. Let me say one more thing. I just thought about something. I saw a study recently, and it said that white women, now that white women, so many white women are marrying black men now. Now their numbers are starting to increase as far as being single mothers.
Oh well, we know that already.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talk
We
about that
know that
often.
already. Yeah,
So
we
I
know
just
that
want to
Non-black
throw
already.
that
women
in.
who
Thank
get
you
with
so
black
much.
men
All
are
right, thank you so much,
76%.
Jada. Hold
All
on.
right.
Thank you so much. All right, go ahead, Jada.
Yeah, the non-black women who get with black men are at risk at over 76% of being a baby mother. And that comes from the Association of Mixed Race Research for children that are mixed race with any given race. Okay. So it wasn't like they only picked on black men, but that's what the statistical number shows, that mixed children of non-black women came from black men at over 70 some percent. So just like y'all sitting up here talking about,
They
the
out
sisters are
here.
single mothers and stuff, and if
They
we went
making the
to
white women single mothers.
they making the white women and all the other ones single mothers too. But for those who want to know what it does, what the statistic says on the flip side, whenever a black woman gets with a non-black man outside of
Oh,
Hispanic,
we do better. Yeah, we
she
do so much better.
she has a very low chance of being a single mother because they end up married and growing families
Yep.
at over 80%. That means that her
Yeah.
chances, if she goes out right now and starts dating other men, she will be wife. Oh, the statistics also show that in 2 years or less, she
Two
is a wife.
years or less. Yeah.
2 years or less, she is a wife. And that was at 70 something percent. So listen, I'm not one of those divestors, so I'm not saying that.
I'm
I
not a
only tell women that
divester,
I'm not a
but
divester.
that's some real statistics that regardless
That's
if you date white men or not, my man ain't white. If you date white men or not, that's some real shit. Like
It's
that
real
tells
numbers. Y'all
you
like numbers, and so do we. So those are the numbers.
y'all are out
And
here destroying, and it's like you should be able to find somebody that'll help you be a better man. But y'all faves is niggas who's helping you be trashier than you were before.
yeah, yeah. So
They
that's
destroying
all
hope.
that
Like
is.
you said that story the other day when you was talking about the guy who said virgins are the only women worth anything, but he have deflowered many and not married any. And
Yeah. Yep. And also there was a guy, what was his name? C-Con, whatever that was. He had said, go back and watch his interviews. He wasn't doing anything but telling the truth. If it doesn't pertain to you, it shouldn't hurt your feelings. Okay, sir, all we're doing is telling the truth.
gonna
And if it
argue with
doesn't
these fools
pertain
in the
to you,
trap.
it shouldn't hurt your feelings. I'm not arguing. I just like the talking points of men because I hear
That is stupid.
that same set of words said all the time. And it's like, okay, but we're telling the truth. So why is it that y'all can tell the truth and we can't tell the truth without being called bitter and angry black women? We just telling the truth.
I ain't
We
angry.
First of all, we didn't even put the tea out. Y'all put the tea out.
We two of the least angriest women on this motherfucker. I live well. I don't understand. I'm not angry. And I don't even
Yes.
divest. I got a real black man. I don't even divest.
Right. I'm not even a divester.
I'm not even a divester for them to say, oh, because y'all don't like black men. I love them. My dad is one. My brothers are like, they're not
And
the
I like
same as
mine
y'all.
dark. I like
Yup,
mine
they're
dark.
not the same as
I'm not-
y'all. You need to choose. Just like there's it's a percentage of y'all that need to work on y'all.
That's right. And these aren't YouTube stacks, clown shoes. These are actual
These are
statistics.
stats.
Even if you go and look at the census, even if you go to black demographics, it will tell you the
These
numbers.
people
But
are
y'all don't want to look at
slow.
those.
No, because
Y'all don't want to look at those numbers.
it doesn't help them. Look, I want to talk about country slang's comment right now.
Okay.
It doesn't help them
Stop competing with black women.
because they're
Compete with-
here. There you go. It doesn't help them. They're so busy arguing with us.
either arguing with us or creating panels where they still end up arguing with each other.
Like a bunch, and the people and the race of people who they supposed to be against, they're too weak to do it.
Yeah, and look, shout out to the men who create spaces for men to talk and don't allow men to come on their platform talking crazy.
Like
Shout out to y'all.
dummies. Shout
Because
out to them.
it's some channels in the Manosphere, and I don't know them all. I only know of two of them so far. But they do not let the men get up there and talk outlandishly crazy. They might let them get in a couple of funny talking points or whatever, but when it comes down to some of the stats numbers, he'd be like, "Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, that ain't what black demographics say, so we ain't gonna try and push that." And I like that he does that, because that still holds everybody accountable. So for the men who look at black demographics and they say, this is what this is what that is, sometimes they lead y'all wrong because they don't even read it all the way through.
Yeah. Too many of y'all don't read. It's the talking point because somebody told you. And you know what it's also like? Because I understand it. Because God-given, they're supposed to be men. Right? So I can understand, that inside yearning to be like, I'm a man, hear me roar. I get it, right? But the men who, you know what I'm saying, you want to be respected, you want to be appreciated, you have to actively do man things to garner that. Like, I get it. It's like a woman wanting to be soft and wanting to be great. It is a natural thing, right? But it's real hard to get that when you fucking with struggle bunny ass niggas. So it's like, I comprehend, you're a man and your DNA, told you that you were supposed to be great and a provider and you were supposed to get the big chicken. But see, you missed the part where you was supposed to do things to earn the big chicken.
I agree.
Right?
Oh,
because it's not just, I was born with this penis. It is what the strength that God gave you was supposed to allow you to do. To get up, go to work, put in that work, make sure you can provide for your family, do whatever. But you're not doing that. But you want the benefits like the men who do that. You want to be appreciated like the men who get up every day and go to fucking work. The men who provide for their families. The men who aren't prone to be baby mama having material. You want the respect those men garner, but you don't even do a quarter of the things those men do and how they show up in this world. I don't understand it.
Yes. I had a talk with some people. When was this that the guy came out talking about he was the prize? Was that like almost 2 years ago, 2 summers ago?
It was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Yeah, during graduation season, right before COVID.
Yeah, okay. So I was flabbergasted because I'm like, you know what? I'm not mad that he is excited about being a certain level, right? I'm mad at the guy for being a certain level. What I was annoyed by was that people were like, yeah, and you deserve all the women that you want. And it's like, wait a minute, but you're doing the bare minimum. You're doing the bare minimum. You want me to give you this whole platform where I'm supposed to lift you all the way up here because you did the bare minimum? This is what you're supposed to do. This is for you. This is the benefit of you.
As a man, this is what you supposed. This is the bare minimum for you.
Like, come on. What is we talking about? I can't stand when a man be like, the women.
I graduated college, so I'm a prize. I graduated college, so I'm a prize. I could pay my rent. That don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Like, and these are fucking things that white people do, Asian people do, without needing a fucking pat on the back. You got through 4 years of fucking college, and now you just know what it. And then what?
Yes.
And then what?
What are you talking about? I couldn't believe it. I just like, but he's too excited about it. And Then I was like, well, I ain't go, shat on them or nothing. I'm not go dog them out about it. But then I realized how the men were talking. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute, fellas. But I'm like, you know what? See, that's what I get for being online talking to men. Had I went on my Facebook and talked to a group of men, that would be different. So that tells me the level of men that I connect with in real life. Not saying that Facebook is fully real life, but majority of the people that are on my friends list are people that I know.
The people that I know, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can say for majority of the people that I know on my friends list, they were not talking like this. So all of these angry men that be out here talking crazy, even the women. I got women on my friends list that don't talk like the women that are on YouTube. So I get flabbergasted when I hear stuff like, wow, this is like a whole new world. But when I ask people on the outside, they have no clue what I'm talking about. So that shows me that it only exists with the people who are more loud on the internet. Because we can say all day that black women are on here doing the most, black men are on here doing the most, but it must be the only people that we subscribe to. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Because if y'all go and look at what other black people are doing on YouTube, they teaching y'all stuff. How to
Yep.
cook, exercise,
What?
real estate,
Tell it.
cryptocurrency.
Tell
You know
it.
what I'm saying? They are teaching you
It's so
everything.
many things that they can do to garner an audience to better themselves.
Yes, that is it. So when y'all keep saying that this is happening all across YouTube with all the black women, no, it's not.
It's
No,
not.
it's not. It's the women that you choose to subscribe to so that you can follow them to make your talking points for your show.
There we go. How
That's what
many
it is.
channels? You know how many feminine channels I follow? Near one of them drag a motherfucker.
Okay?
Not a one of the feminine chain. This is what I don't under. Not a one. Shira might get a little saucy, but not even. None of them drag the man. They telling you as a woman how to be the best you can be. That's what even we do. How to be the best you can be, so you can be living your best and your value. So whoever's coming gonna come. The fact that your whole how to be the best y'all can be involves degrading women is okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I guess. That's
I'm
the
following
best
at
you
least
can
about
be.
90
Your,
people.
their value, a man that value is tied into how low he can make a woman feel.
Okay?
How trash he can make you feel about yourself. Not how much he can uplift you or make you feel great. Like I saw that guy from Fresh and Fit. It was this white guy making fun of him and the whole thing. And he was like, yeah, so, a woman ain't worth nothing unless she ain't embarrassing her husband. Like, who would even want to be this nigga wife? Like,
Okay.
the mindset of you is like, and he's like, because even if she the baddest of the baddies, that's the problem. All y'all want to date is the baddies. A whole bunch of IG models, and then you wonder why your life is the way it is. It's not real life.
Look, I'm being
Because
honest
in
with you.
real
I told
life,
these
y'all
guys-
niggas is living in rooms begging to begging. I saw a guy that what he said, it was a joke. It was an overnight bag. My opinion, it was a move into a bitch house bag. He had all his drawers. He had oodles and noodles in a fucking bin. I know y'all seen it. It was a suitcase. He had all his sneakers packed, his drawers, his thing. He had a section with fucking oodles and noodles talking about his overnight bag. No, it's his move-in bag.
Girl, quit playing. I ain't see that.
I seen it. It's been all over the internet. I saw it. It was like, it's so funny and sad at the same damn time. And like the fact that people even post, the fact that so many of y'all even post that. It's the normality of it. It's like you've created a situation where you, as in black men, have created a situation where I'm trash. The white man has made me trash, and there's nothing I can do to make myself not trash.
And the sisters have helped make us trash. I done heard that part too.
And apparently we've helped make you trash. But again, there are many black men, okay, that are not. So then what do you have to say about that? They're not. Like, you put in no effort. Like, I still, no effort into your life but it's the woman's fault.
Ain't that something? That gets me every time looking around on YouTube. Like, what is these men talking about? This is funny. It's funny to me. But you know me, you can tell, Jovi, you and Bree, y'all can Couture back. Y'all can tell when I done been on the internet looking around at stuff.
I know. I be like, here she goes. She went down a rabbit hole last night, boy. I was like, there Jada go. Jada went through a rabbit hole and woo.
Yes, because I'm like, oh my God, what is this for real? Y'all, look at this. What is this? But otherwise, y'all will see that I barely get on social media talking about anything. Because it's like, I don't look around on social media getting all the bad stuff. If I get some bad stuff, it's usually sent to me.
Yeah.
And I just be like, well, who y'all be following that y'all feel like this is the majority? Because it's not.
Well,
but
yeah, like
going,
that's there you go. But that's also another reason why I tell you, and why I've always told y'all, I don't even listen to content like that. I don't even listen to a Cynthia G. I'm gonna be honest. I don't listen to any content where it's just like, oh, it's all the women and all the men. Like, some of y'all niggas is wild. Just like some women are freaking wild. Take accountability of your shit. It's like, it's not gonna, it does, how does it help us? How does it help our race? How does it help our race to have what? Let's say,
it doesn't.
I even want to say a good 25% of y'all blaming women for you not being actively responsible for your life. For you believing believing that you couldn't do nothing with your life and following through with the nothingness. But then mad because you see women who have something.
Ain't that something?
I get it. Like I said, I can't
be bothered with you.
There you go. I comprehend. Like I said, I comprehend a man wanting to be a man, but you have to do. You ain't just a man because you was born with a penis. A man takes care, whether you a Christian, whether you whatever, whether you won't even believe in religion. Like, this is just, we've been like, and then they talk about we ain't the women of back in the days. The men of back in the days provided. They provided. They took care. They took care.
The men from back in the day, and that's why we are off tangent, because they're not the men.
You're not the
modern day men. Like,
they talking about
modern day women. Ain't that a blood?
Let's talk about, they talking about, even when they talking about bringing the welfare in the family, in the household, guess what? She wouldn't have need welfare if your ass would have got up and got a job. Yeah? You didn't think about that? Yeah. She wouldn't have needed it if your ass would get up and get a job. You talk about all these baby mamas. Well, maybe when you was young, splurting all over the place, you probably should have did it with somebody you actually wanted to be with and not be a baby mama creator, but yet you talking about baby mamas all the time. I tell you, I had a guy in my chat was like, oh, how'd your baby father feel? I don't have a baby father. I have ex-husband. I don't have a baby father.
I remember that.
Like, because you assume that everybody is a baby mama, like the bitches you have created to be baby mamas.
I agree.
Child, I ain't got time for it. It's crazy.
I agree. It drives me nuts. And I'm like, I can't believe that the men are complaining about the women that they created. Because, see, they going to get mad at me when I say stuff like that. They be like, no, it's the mothers who raised these sons like this. Mothers wouldn't have to raise sons if the fathers were there.
If the fathers were there.
Go?
Do you understand that?
The fathers were there.
A woman wouldn't be right. There you go. If your daddy was home, your mom wouldn't have had to work all the time and been angry because she had to raise all the fucking kids by herself. If your dad was there, it wouldn't be. You're right. We can't be the women.
Know what's better for her if the fathers were there.
We lead by example. But you're not there. You're too busy running from woman to woman to woman to woman and home to home to home to home because you need a place to stay and get over it. You need a place to get over. The minute you stop getting over here, you go try to find you somewhere else where you can get over instead of sitting in your shit and manning up and being accountable. Accountability is a beautiful thing. She said, Jayla said child support isn't a black woman's fault either. It's not, because a woman shouldn't have to take you to child support to take care of your goddamn children. This is what I'm talking about, of being accountable. You wouldn't have to pay child support if you would have married a woman from jump. There you go, and half the time y'all ain't even getting that much. Half the time, I know this woman who told the judge was like, oh, $500 a month or some shit. And the girl was like, make it less because he don't even got that. It's sad. Bring it down to $250 because he don't got shit. Like, you should be shamed. But no, they're not. Because too many of them are living in that bullshit, and then they talking amongst each other and diluting the shit and not taking no accountability. Because if they did, they would have to acknowledge that you're trash. And then it's really you.
And that is really you. Because for some of these women, you know me, I don't sit up there and say one side without mentioning the other. Ladies, you got to choose better.
That too.
And I understand some of y'all didn't have the fathers to teach y'all how to choose better.
Examples, positive examples.
Some of y'all just didn't have it. Yep.
I get it. You know
what I'm saying? And I understand that the men created the demand for these loose women out here. I get it. Okay? I get it. Though you have to come into realization at some point. It shouldn't take you baby number 2, baby number 3.
Nope.
Okay? Ladies, you gotta do better. Even if you 2 kids with 1 man, right? Shout out to you for not spreading that all around. I got you.
Shout out to you.
But at the same time, you got 2 kids and he still ain't made you a wife.
You ain't got no ring on your finger. You should have gave him a ring. You should have never gave him a baby, the first baby, let alone the second baby. We, again, just like them, a lot of us have to take accountability for that shit.
Gotta take accountability. And I know we not filling up the abortion clinics, okay? I know
that ain't us.
No, we not. It ain't
ain't us.
At the same time, guess what? If they get rid of this, a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to help those decisions that you decided to make spread your legs for these men who have not proven to you that they were worth it.
To begin with, yep.
Yeah, we know you getting hot and saucy being with a man, but okay. But do you get hot and saucy when you thinking about how you struggling with this baby or these babies, these kids
by yourself,
you got, and he don't want to help you with
at
nothing.
All. He don't care. At you. Your kids are by themselves. Your kids not feeling loved. Your kids are not understanding where the fuck they daddy at.
Right. And for the men to be talking about women don't take accountability, they are, because they still in the house with the children. We ain't got no choice
but to take accountability
with their children.
Yes.
What are y'all talking about?
Working 2-3 jobs, trying to pull both, trying to be mommy and motherfucking daddy. If daddy was there, we wouldn't have to go. We wouldn't have to go through this shit.
Than you are. That's how it has been the last several years. You got grandma taking care of the kids and know more about the kids than you know about your own kids. And before y'all start saying the statistics show that black men are more involved, if y'all read it all the way, it's not saying that y'all are actively more involved. It's saying that for the men who are not married and cohabitating, they are more involved with their kids. Do you know what cohabitating means? That means that they are in the house. Not these fathers who are not in the house at all, living somewhere else.
They ain't talking about y'all trash asses.
Right, they ain't talking about y'all. Because, first of all, the men who are at home not marrying these women, they ain't got no choice but to be at home with their kids.
Yep.
That's how they rate that number.
Yep. They women.
But y'all ain't making them wives. You know what I'm saying? Make these women wives, and if they were not wife material,
Why you
Why
having
was you
babies with
spreading
them?
seeds in her in the
There
first place?
you go.
Because
There
I
you
can't
go.
stand when a man be like, well, she wasn't wife material. When did you realize that? Child number 1 or child number
Yeah,
2?
there you go. Because I heard Kevin Samuels, somebody was like, oh, he told this girl, and she was mad, and people was mad because she had a baby, and he was like, well, why wouldn't you marry her? Why didn't y'all marry them? Y'all the ones running around with 85 baby mamas. Y'all.
Like,
It's
it's
y'all.
crazy.
I honestly don't. I know women with kids and shit. I don't know too many women with kids, even though they have them, with numerous baby mamas like a lot of these men. I mean, with numerous baby fathers like a lot of these men. Like,
Ain't that wild?
girl.
I need y'all to understand that and move forward. I think some of y'all do. Y'all just rather it not be blamed on y'all. The amount of men that I notice in the 2 channels that I go to that are Manosphere channels, what I notice about some of y'all in the chat, I've heard some of y'all stories. And y'all sound like men who don't want to take accountability for the people that you chose to have these children with.
There we
When you get
go.
to talking about you got a baby mother over here and a baby mother over here, you fighting for with child support and you fighting for this, fighting for that. But then I hear you say you do get to see your kids. So why are you even complaining about child support? You can only understand from a man who
You mean to
says,
take care of
I
your
pay
kid? You
child
mean the money
support
to
and
take
I
care
don't
of
get
your
to see
kid?
my kids.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, I can see that. But
I'd
like,
be mad at that too.
like, you mean to take care of your kids? Guess what? If you wasn't trash, and y'all was living together and married her like you were supposed to, that's rent. Those are bills. Because regardless of whatever, it's the everyday of this child that woman has to take care of, and you come every other fucking Saturday. And complaining about paying but complaining about buying school clothes for your kid.
Absolutely. And how
Come
much it's
on.
costing. And
Come
what's
on.
this? What's that?
Come on.
Y'all sound very soft. It
Yes.
sounds very soft.
My
And again,
daddy
I'm
was
only
a
talking about a
whole
certain
city
set of men.
worker. My daddy was a whole fucking city worker, okay? And was able to take care of his kids.
And
School
there's nothing
clothes,
sadder.
no, I don't understand when men say dumb shit like that. I know men now who pay their own rents, ex-wives rent because the kids live there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing all of this shit. What the like? There's men who live like this. These are the men that I know. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Because there's men doing it. There's men doing it. My dad did it. Like, I know a lot of men. I know men now in my age group, younger, who do it. Who take care of their kids, who do what they gotta do. And it ain't mad at women because that's just what they gotta do as a man. Cause somebody told
them. Did it back in 1950 with 13 kids, and y'all complaining about taking care of 1 and 2 children.
Thank you.
Come on now, y'all got way more advantages, getting way more money, way more outlet. Cause see, what gets me is y'all complain about taking care of these children, cause that's what it is, taking care of your children. You complain about taking care of your children, but then you're on the internet. Now you're complaining about how much you're paying and that you ain't got that much money to be paying all of this. But then I see y'all at the club popping bottles. You're spending all this money. You got a stack of Jordans that you showing in pictures.
There
you
you
holding
go.
bottles at the club.
There you go.
But you're complaining about taking care of your children because, again, that's what it is.
You're complaining about $25 more for the fucking water bill.
Like, that is amazing to me. So instead of having the mother and the mother's mother maintaining your children, how about you do more? You say you come in on the weekend, you pick up your kid, what, on Saturday, return them on Sunday? You get them on Friday, return them on Sunday? Do you call your kids throughout the week to see how your kids are doing?
Nope.
Some of y'all don't even be knowing what's going on in your kids' lives.
Yep. But they want to have so much authority. Nigga, your kid ain't see you. Your kid ain't see you in months. Your kid ain't hear from you in months. And the mom is not blocking your call. You just not calling.
You're just not calling. How about you
You're
get your
just
kids
not
from the
calling.
summer? Or if you don't like what's going on at the mama's house because you feel like the mama not taking care of the kids, the mama not paying all the bills because she got to ask you to help her pay for the lights and gas, then how about you take custody of your children? Majority of you don't want to do that. So don't
Nope.
start blaming the system for why you don't have your kids. Because it's not a lot of y'all that's in the courtroom
Who even
fighting for
wants
your
your
kids.
kids?
You're fighting
You
about
just,
child support.
there you go. You just don't want to do anything. You just want to do the bare minimum. Because guess what?
Like
You
I
live in
point,
a room, and she can't live in a room. She got to live in at least a place where her kid can have her own, their own fucking space. But you don't want to be able to,
yep.
you don't want to have to put anything towards that. Anything towards the maintenance of your own fucking child. It's wild.
Okay.
It's wild. Because I guess, again, and we go back to them not having daddies, because I guess they saw their mamas working forever and a day, 2-3 jobs, not even able to do nothing but work because they had to take care of them. So in their minds, they figure that's just what women do. Because she had to do that because she ain't have no man. That's not what women do. Women aren't made for that. That's why when women who work like that, that's why they die early. That's why their bodies fall apart. It's not of us. I'm over these people.
That's a wild thing over here. I done been over it after hearing so much about it. I really thought that it would be a time for healing and coming together and having real conversations that get each other to understand certain things. But I've now realized that the chat rooms are full of a bunch of very bitter men who should only be bitter at the choices that they made
They
and that
made.
they are still making.
Making. How much men do you know? I know those type of men. I know them. You be like, oh, you want a job? Big and grown and 30 something, 40 something. They still don't want to
Yes.
work. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. Men who want to work, they working. They making things happen. They doing things. But if it ain't bare minimum, if it ain't, I can get over. Y'all want it.
Y'all on it. And also for the women. Y'all on here too in different chat rooms clowning and complaining about men that you made the decisions to be with.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
y'all sitting up there with homegirl, okay, because I ain't gonna try to say all these names on your
Yeah,
channel.
don't say
Y'all sitting up
names.
there with homegirl who got pregnant
Bye,
by a
Dusty.
guy in less than 2 months
Bye
of
to
meeting
Dusty.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether she got that baby or not does not matter. Y'all, the point is that she told y'all not to be out here giving out your kitty to men who did not, prove to you anything. And I don't know what all else she says because I don't be on her channel, but I know I heard that part. To be out here giving these dusty men your cookies without doing this, that, or the third, and how it was beneath her and all this other stuff. And then she went and got pregnant.
Yep, I made a video about that. That's how Mahogany ended up blocking her, because I made a video about that. And she came over here mad at us talking about it, but it's the reality of the shit. Like, ma'am,
Reality. 2 months
no,
he didn't tell you he wanted you or nothing.
nothing.
He didn't
He
tell
could
you
just get
y'all
it.
was booty calling. You done went all the way down. Y'all booty calling and you done decided to move yourself down here in
For a
less
nigga
than
that
two
ain't
months.
got nothing. For a nigga who
Ain't got
ain't got
nothing.
nothing.
He done smacked you up and flipped you over on the very first day. And you were pregnant in 2 months. Before 2 months. Let me say it that way. Because from the way the text message, it looked like it was well before 2 months. You was already concerned about being pregnant within less than 2 weeks. That is crazy to me. But y'all let her say that, and then y'all complain all in the chat about it. Because remember, she was teaching y'all that before she got pregnant. So she was not practicing what she preached. Now
Nope.
she trying to tell y'all to abort y'all mission. Y'all hear
She's
that?
saying that now? For real?
That's what she was already several months ago. She was telling chicks that they should abort their sons. And y'all still
I don't
listening to
believe
this
she
shit.
really. Look, again, a lot of people don't. It's for the shock value of it all.
Oh, I can believe that. I can
I don't
believe that.
believe
The
that
point
bullshit.
is that they so bitter that they are enjoying and raveling.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're unraveling. They're
Yeah.
showing themselves.
Yeah.
So that proves that you are just bitter and choosing wrong. Because
Yeah.
a sensible woman would be like, wait a minute now, hold up, sis. I don't know what you're talking about.
It
I know
just
what you're
sound
talking about because I know
crazy.
some of y'all got sons, right? But y'all
I
in there
know
like,
some
yeah,
of you got
yeah, yeah.
sons. That's how you feel
Like,
about your
okay,
son. Your son, you sitting up talking about yeah, 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 and then you wonder why your son is Kevin Samuel-esque.
okay. So while y'all sitting up here talking about Kevin done spawned some horrible people to possibly, clip some women, you got some women out here who are possibly enticing y'all to clip your kids. That might
Yep.
be why there's a rise in women who are actively out here crazy, but clipping their kids that are already born. There
Wow.
is an increase in that. Did y'all know that? There
I've
is an
noticed it.
increase in that. Who's to say that it's not people like her? And again, not blaming her. People like her or her that
Mentally
is
ill.
causing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to be careful what y'all out here saying to people.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
So
this is the
between bitter
mental
men and bitter
illness.
women, y'all crazy. I wouldn't follow these. When they start talking like that, now, if y'all
I
want to just
told
get
you
a
I
good
don't follow
tea,
them.
but when y'all start following people like this and y'all are validating their message,
Mm-hmm.
there's something wrong with that.
There's something really wrong with it. Very wrong
So
with it.
that's
Denise
all I'm saying
said,
on
I
that.
will not accept anything less than what my father provided to my mom. And my parents were divorced. You know,
Mm,
like, and they both got remarried. Like, I don't, well, maybe that's it. Like you said before, like, people don't know. But that's why we have channels like here to let you know in case you didn't know. It's sad. It's really,
yeah.
really sad. Let's go continue down these comments. Stop being guilted by the term gold digger. That's where I messed up. Make them come fully girl, don't be guilted by the term gold digger. Don't pay the men no mind. It's
Shout out to
actually,
Deoncia. I
yeah,
mean,
it's
Deoncia. Is that how I read?
Diankia. I think it's Dianica. Dianica.
Diana.
All
Okay.
right, whatever, girl. Anyway, she's right. Stop being of helter like, listen, these men out here talking about you have to have this and you have to have this to be with them, and they're supposed to be men and providers, but you can't want a man that is not fucked up. A man is supposed to be the head of the household. If he is not financially stable, how can your house, what does that mean about your household?
That's right.
If he can't comprehend or understand how to manage things, bitch him out $25 light bill, what do you think your household is gonna be? Your household is always gonna be in dire fucking consequences. It's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be an emergency. But we had to because it's always gonna be. It's never going to just be. Because you have a worthless man at the head of your damn household. Ain't nothing worse than having a worthless man at the head of your household.
Okay.
Your
'Cause I
kids
tell
fucked
y'all in
up.
a
You
heartbeat.
fucked up.
I tell y'all in a heartbeat. Struggle by yourself rather than struggling with somebody else. There is
Yep.
no way you should be a sister that is going into a relationship struggling with a man.
Yep.
Now,
Nope.
that ain't how it's supposed to go, sis. Now, if y'all just happen to hit a bad patch, understandable. We all go through bad patches, okay? But if you step into a relationship struggling with a man, that ain't the right choice, sis. That is
Yeah.
not the right choice. And I know y'all heard them stories about men who say that they were broke when a woman was with them and they ride or died it with them and now they're millionaires, right?
Nope.
Like, let's just say Ryan Coogler. What they don't tell y'all about the story is Ryan Coogler still paid all the bills.
Yep.
She just happened to invest in what he needed and said, baby, go for your dream. That's what she did. But he was still paying bills. It wasn't like he was broke and he wasn't taking
It's
care of home.
not the broke man. Even if he was to get up, he's not gonna be with you. That's when y'all end up where he left me for. He got on and he left me for. Yeah, because you were just the stepping stone, and you allowed yourself to be the stepping stone. Can you imagine the burden of it all? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I know this girl. We had to pay all her rent. I remember this was in Atlanta. She wasn't even my friend. She was one of my cousin's friends. And I just remember, I will never forget this shit. It was Valentine's Day, and me and my cousin, we were single. We went to IHOP for Valentine's Day together. with my baby, because it's when my baby was 1 or 2, and her homegirl calling. And basically, we had to go pick her up at a strip mall because her man, who don't pay no rent, don't pay no bills, but he the head of the household, I don't know how, basically took the car and left her at the strip mall. Took the car and left her at the strip mall. You heard me say he didn't pay no rent. He didn't pay no bill. My cousin told me this. He don't pay no nothing. He don't pay no bills. He don't pay no rent. But he get the big piece of chicken. He get the da-da, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. How do you think that worked out for old girl? I remember, she was so desperate for him to propose to her. How do you think that worked out? It's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out. I could not comprehend it. I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, it's Valentine's. He went to go see a bitch. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But you paying all the rent, you paying all the bills. And again, the minute motherfucker get on, where he going? Not here. Listen, here.
My niece called me, and she was every bit of like 24 at the time. And she called me like, Auntie, I need you to come and pick me up. I said, okay, where you at? She was like, I'm over here at this little place. I'm like, dang, how you get all the way out there? Your car broke down or something? She was like, I'll tell you when you get here. So I get there, and she telling me when she get in the car, how the guy done left her there, and they got into an argument because she said that she had filled up his gas tank and he wanted to go and party, and when she got back in the car, she realized he had ran out all the gas, so he wanted more gas money. I said, wait a minute, first of all, why is you filling up this man's car?
Thank you. What?
Was it his birthday or something? Why are y'all even fighting about filling up gas? I said, you know what?
The fact that you even going through all of that, it's like at what, again, like yesterday's video or the day before, how much disrespect and disregard. Like, so you just, she's the gas lady. Or like the women you see outside while the nigga sitting in the car, they pumping gas. Like, I would be ashamed if I was a man. The shame, like, why is the fact that they ain't got no shame?
It's like, niece, I taught you better. Now she's a step niece, so I had only had her in my life for like maybe, well, she was 24 then, so at about 17. But I'm still like, you better. You done been around me, okay? You know how I roll. Like, what is you doing? But then nonetheless, and I hate to say this, but nonetheless, she became a 2-time baby mama. And she married a guy that got a ton of kids. So, and none of them are her kid's father. The guy she married is not her kid's father. But I was like, man, that must have been what all she figured she could do. So she gonna struggle with a guy who got all these kids because she got 2 kids with 2 baby daddies. And I just was like,
that is her life.
What are you doing? What are you doing? But I will say this. It has been a couple of years. They are still married. I think they're going on their 3rd year now. They are still married. He is now doing better financially. And he is taking care of home, even though I feel like if he did a bit better, now that she has a illness, I think that he should do better with trying to figure out how they gonna make it work. Even if that means he got to get another job instead of having her have to have another job. She can barely work her job. That's how sick she is. She may do 2-3 days at work and then got to call off because she in the hospital.
Oh my
and she
God.
Not understanding when I say you need to talk to your husband about a second job, because she's like, Auntie, I can't do that. I mean, he's doing the best he can. He would get a second job.
A man would get a second job. My man will get a second job. You want to hear? Let me tell you a quick story about my in-laws. My in-laws and their first child. Now my ex-husband, their first child. He was a cop. After he had my ex-husband, she stopped working. She was a pastor, whatever. Child, The daughter went to Ivy. That man cop, they were already working, went and got an extra security job, went and got a whole bunch of other shit to make sure his wife didn't have to go back to work, because she again was getting a little sick. She had my ex-husband when she was older. She was getting a little sick, so she didn't have to go back to work. Right? Like, I don't understand. I don't, like, you sick and you gotta, it's like that. Remember that video we made? It was like 2 years ago of that guy talking about, his wife get up every day, 8 months pregnant, and she pull a 40-hour week working, and she go to college, and she still do her womanly duties. And it's like, nigga, what do you do? It's just like, break me apart. Like, the bear is like, and we wanna, but I want to, J-Full, and I want to connect that with what you said and what I just said and what J-Full is just saying. The struggle of it all is over fucking whelming, and the fact that we think that shit is normal, and the fact that when I sit up in here and I'm like, but y'all should be getting married and you should be getting married, that we have to argue with half the goddamn new people in here about it. Because the struggle is just so it ingrained in us. It's wild.
That's crazy.
But like I said, there are men out here there are people, family, men out here who are doing it. So what does that say about you?
What does that say about you? Right. Because it's not like you don't see that people are doing better. You just choosing not to. I don't know if it's because you're thinking about your worth or what it is. Because
okay,
with my niece,
hold on. Hey, L, I'm Panamanian. I'm Afro-Latina. Cardi B is not. Continue.
So, it's odd when I look at their situation, because I do like that he has gotten better. And he's not a bad guy. He doesn't seem like it, at least from what I see in my face. You know what I'm saying? I can get along with him. He seems like he treats her well. Post marriage, he seems like he treated her well. Previous to their marriage, I was a little nervous because she was talking to me about different stuff. But sometimes, some people only tell you their side of the spectrum and not really what all they added to that, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, here's the thing. At this point, he could be a good guy. All I want to see for him to be as somebody who has progressed, but he is not there. He is not there as a man. Okay, first of all, he got one job, but without even counting her kids, he got 6 kids.
That's already
one job. 6 kids.
The fact that he got 6 kids says he supposed to have a second job any goddamn way.
He's supposed to have a second job anyway. And so now you've been sick for 3 years, because when they got married, she was kind of sick. They didn't really know what was wrong with her. But for the last 3 years, they know what's wrong with her. They know she can't really do an actual job because it sickens her. Her being on her body too much, doing too much stuff, is a lot of work on her, but she still does the job, come home and clean up, and she dealing with all the children. And then next thing you know, she hospitalized again. She hospitalized for several days until they can get her back to where her strength needs to be to carry on. She is practically, man. Sorry,
it doesn't sound like she's winning. It sounds like she is. They got married so she could be a babysitter, and he can get over.
But you know what? She is good with the children, and I don't know. That could be it, because at this point, sir, why won't you get a second job? Why won't you get a second job? I don't understand. Get a second job or a hustle. If you ain't gonna get a second job, get a hustle that works,
that provides for your family again. But this is the kind he want the big chicken. He want the I don't see just because he got the one job. Look, like you just said, look at everything you just said, everything you just listed. It's a struggle relationship.
It is a struggle
everything
relationship.
You just listed, it's a struggle relationship. She was better off not like
Auntie, he accepted my kids. And I'm like, yeah, but you work and take care of your own kids, but you're struggling to help him with his extra kids too.
What the fuck is she talking about? What the fuck is she talking about?
I don't get it. But there it is. My blood nieces, only one of them got kids. Okay? Only one of them got kids, and that man be making sure that stuff be getting paid for, even though She be out here trying to hang out in these streets, child. Lord have mercy.
So
But
what? She know how to get them.
she
I was
she know how
saying
to
that.
get
I was like, damn. I just have a cousin. She just had a baby recently, and I'm like, I'm 41. She's like 39. She's like 39, I believe. 38, 39. I'm like, this bitch has been married 3 times. Like, she's been married 3 times. It's like, so when women say, oh, I can't have, I can't get married a minute. This woman has been married 3 times.
You can get it done because
You can get it done.
Some y'all just ain't doing it right. That be part of the problem.
That's why my people like, oh, I can't, men out in here marrying. My cousin has been married 3 times. I choose. Now I'm like, okay, I've chosen to only been married once. Y'all just ain't doing it right. It don't make no sense. Right. She ain't winning at all. It is not, but it's that mentality. She think he doing her a favor because she got the fucking kids when he got 6. And that's the gas. And that's the manipulation of it all.
It hurts. Oh my goodness. It hurts so bad. We hung out for Mother's Day and I'm looking at them and I'm like, man, from afar, you would think this is so beautiful. A man and a woman married with all these children and they out to eat so they can afford it, right? They all out to eat at this nice place and everything. Well, it's not to say that they could afford it because we've seen some people who can't afford it and they be there. But nonetheless, what outside looking in, and this looks like a great situation until you find out that she is practically dying every week. And that makes me emotional. She's practically dying a bit every week. They got to try to control her heart. Her organs are failing. Yeah, she got sickle cell.
And she got to work. This is the equivalent of like when I say people with sick
were together, and then she had some other illness that popped up into her digestive system, and so it makes her bones and everything weak. Like you look at her, and it's like, man, she dropping weight by the day. You know what I'm saying?
This is
like
so
you can
sad.
Tell she's sick, and she like, auntie, but he took me with these 2 kids, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I'm not telling you to divorce your husband. I'm just saying, at least had a conversation.
Yeah.
Are you even having a conversation with the man?
No.
Maybe he felt like you got it because
maybe
you
he
keep
feel
saying
because you keep acting like you got it. Like it's wild. It's the equivalent of like I say people who have like sick kids. It's like when you got sick kids, and I know personally 2 people who have like kids who like sick, and one passed already. And like when you don't have to fall back on like that whole struggle of that shit. I don't understand. Like even in my head, the man in you, why are you not ashamed?
Yeah, it really hurts me.
Maybe because they ain't had no daddy to feel the shame. Like that shit to me is wild. Nobody should have to tell that man, even if she like, yeah, I handle it, I got it. She fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you ain't just on your own get up and say, I'm handling this. I got this.
You can see your wife is in the hospital.
Sit your ass in the house. I got this.
Yes.
Like having to go back and forth to the hospital. Like I said, my homegirl, her child was in the hospital. One of them child lived in the hospital. He lived there. One of them had to be in the hospital like at least every week. In a 2-week period, the baby was in the hospital at least like 8-9 days. Like, so she can't work. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I think about. So like she can't work, she got to be there because we're mommy, right? We got to be nurturers. And when it goes down to that, what is he?
Yeah.
We got to be here. Nurturing, taking care of, like you say, she's sick, whatever. She still got to come home. She cooking, she cleaning, she raising 8 children. She's still coming home
cooking and cleaning. She's still doing that. See, he don't cook and clean. He tells us that all the time. Like, I appreciate her so much because, I don't really do the cooking and the cleaning. I try my part. And, so is he
really trying his part?
But that's what I'm saying. He acknowledges that he knows that she's doing a lot. And I still be thinking like, I wish I would be with a man and that man that I'm with does not step it up a little higher. Just to make sure that I'm still living. Her mother passed away from this. Young. So you know that is her capability, possibly. And it be hurting me all the time. That's why we don't talk as much no more. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's why we
Yeah.
don't talk as much no
I
more.
couldn't. Yeah, I can't deal with people like that with it every day because it's just gonna make me sad. Because then, as like
Yep.
to an extent, I don't even want to say nothing no more. Because like, what else is there to say? And it's
What is
just
there to
I don't want to
say?
hear about this sad bullshit. I don't want to hear about
It's
this
very
struggle you've signed up for, and you
Yep.
and
I don't
like
want to be more
and
mad
in
at
our
him than you
whole
are,
conversation,
okay?
you trying to convince me why the struggle is cool.
Why the
I don't
struggle is
want
cool.
to.
And I want to be able to just be fine and dandy and not, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be mad every time I see him because I'm madder than you are. And
Yep.
that's making our atmosphere every time I see him bad. So I just was like, you know what? Okay. But it hurts me every time they call me and be like, hey, she in the hospital. And it's like, man, that's like every week, ain't it? And it's like, well, you know, she's struggling. Yeah, I know she's struggling. Why her husband don't know she's struggling? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And then to be trying to help her, but she married now. So it's like, you married now. I shouldn't have
Yeah.
to try and
You
help you because
married
you got a
now.
husband who should be
My
helping.
daddy
But
told
I
me.
want her to
I'll never
live. You
forget
know
it.
what
When
I'm
I
saying?
got married, my daddy told me he is your you are his responsibility now. I was like, oh, what? But it's true.
Yeah.
You married. What
Yeah.
I'm gonna do? Like, you were supposed to choose the good husband, not the one that took me and because you feel like your kids are baggage. That's basically what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
She feel like her kids are baggage. Kitty says KF
Yeah, that's what it
followers
felt
are
like when she say
threatening.
that every time.
Yeah, are threatening to harm black woman. One even said he's a chief of what? He's a chief and spits in black women.
Chief
His
and
chef and
spits in
spits
black
in
women
black women.
food. Oh, a chef. A
Oh
chef and
Lord,
spits in black women food.
girl.
I mean, no, let's not act like everybody ain't got, you know, some crazy super fans. I don't know what that
People
is,
are
but that's
crazy.
little crazy super fan. Lord.
Like, that shit is weird. That's why I said I'm not a fan of nobody because it's awkward. We're big grown adults. It's kind of weird, but okay. He said ever since the
No,
KS died,
you know
the
what would do
metaphor
it for
sips
me
tea.
if my yeah, they sipping tea for real. You know what would do it for me for her husband, even if he didn't get another job, which he would still have to get another job. It would do me a lot better if he took some pressure off of him. Hire a maid.
Yeah.
Hire a maid.
And they
You know,
not even that
if you can't
expensive.
do all the cooking and cleaning, hire a maid.
Child, they not that expensive, honestly.
Like, do stuff. But again, if he just got that second job, she wouldn't even have to work. She might have the energy to cook and clean.
There you go. That too. Like I say all the time, I can't be a boss bitch in the street. You want too much. That's too much pressure. That's too much work. That's too much work on our bodies. That's why women who do that shit die early. They body deteriorate. You know when they say, "Oh, married women die before." No, married women who struggle, who allow themselves to struggle, who are taking on the burdens of being the man and the women.
Yes.
They're the ones who die early. I know a lot of women. I just told you about my mother-in-law. I know a lot of women. Her ass is up. She outliving all of us. Because when it's easy, it's easy. Your body ain't broke down. When you had a man who made sure your body ain't broke down. You know that stupid ass shit where it's so, oh, his hands look like this, so my hands could look like that. That's some real shit. That's some real shit. That is some real shit, especially as time progresses and you start hitting them 40s and 50s and shit, and your back start going like this because you've been working your whole fucking life. Not me.
And shout out to the chat real quick. Allow me to shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the
I know
chat.
Jovi usually goes through the chat, so go ahead and go through their messages and stuff. I just seen a woman say that was not old girl's message about the OBO RT. She was talking about only to the incels, the men who are not worth it. So
well, you shouldn't have been making babies with. You shouldn't have been having sex with a man. You shouldn't be having sex with trash. Yeah. Or like I say, even if you want to say, even if you need to fuck a fuckboy for whatever reason, it should be about 2 fucks and move on. You should not be getting pregnant by
condoms. Can we get
girl,
some condoms?
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be raw. It shouldn't be none of this shit. Right? You shouldn't have been doing none of this with incels anyway. Let's deal with that.
Let's deal with that part. But if that's what her message was, because see, and I ain't gonna kid you, I did not watch the full video. Somebody sent it to me. I heard her talking about it for a good 20 minutes because I can't really take her voice, and that's no shade. I'm just being, I naturally, my ears can't hear certain sounds because it annoy me. Because Jovi likes a guy that she says is very good, and I'd be like, you know what, I can't listen to him because it triggers my ears. So nonetheless, again, that's no shade. But if you're saying that, from what I heard, it sounded like she was saying that it was worthless for them to be here anyway, because even if they grow up, they're going to be the same dusty black men no matter what. That's what I thought I heard her say. And if you're saying that her whole message was about the incels, okay, whatever incels completely mean, if you're saying it was about the dusty men, then I will retract what I said. But I know I heard her say, because even when they grow up, okay, it didn't sound like she was just saying only by them. She was saying that black men, period, seem to be a problem. And so instead of having them, rid away with them so that we don't have to deal with these type of men, because when they grow up, they still gonna be dusty, no matter what we do. That sounds like what I heard.
Listen.
So
I think that's those the streets raise my child people.
Yeah.
Though that's the streets raise my child people. You are like your son Dusty, you kind of should be taking some accountability for it.
Absolutely.
Your son doesn't comprehend being a man and working, you kind of need to take some accountability for that. You raised them to be trash. A lot of boys that I know who are trash were raised to be trash. A lot of niggas that I know that got their shit together were raised to have their shit together. A lot of trash niggas ain't got no daddies. Like, let's deal with that. Let's not even be having baby. Let's not even be fucking Dusties. Let's not even be having children with men who ain't gonna be there to be fathers to show him how to be a father. Let's not have children with niggas who, I had one nigga like, oh, the nigga, his dad was in jail. His dad shouldn't have been in jail. His dad was in jail, so his mama had to raise him amongst the sisters and the thing, and that's why he gay. No, mate, well, that's what they said. Because he was just around all these women. And my thing was, but the dad was in jail. And we need to account for the fact that while you was in jail, you spent the last 20-something years in jail, no one was there but a bunch of women to raise your son. No one was there to show your son how to be a man. No one was there. That's crazy. Thank you, Tamara, for the super chat. She said he was calling black women average at best, while his living arrangement was the equivalent of living in a halfway house transitional home.
Oh, wait.
And wasn't that around the time when, yes, he was living in that? That's when that average at best shit came out. He was living in a room.
Wait.
Matt, now that you say that, hold up.
Wait a minute. Let me go look at this.
Wait a minute, Tamara, now we gotta look for a minute. But I think that's right. I think that's right. Hold on. Hey, Lisa Brown. Lisa Brown sent me $20. Thank you so much, Lisa. She said, for I love your coverage of Mr. Samuels. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Thank you so much. Thoroughly appreciated. Please don't forget, you can send super chats, cash apps, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. What was I saying? I think that's around the same time. So you're right. You know what it is? This is what I'm saying. He was probably upset that the woman even had all of this shit while he's sitting up in a room with the fucking with the nigga in the room at the other room using the bathroom making noise in the background.
Okay, all right, y'all. Listen. Now look, don't shoot me. Y'all know, look, I just like facts, okay? Don't shoot me when I say this. He was not living in that room during the average at best video. I just looked it up. I went to his channel. I looked it up. He was not living. Wait.
When was that video?
The video, okay, so his clip was at the end of December 2020. I don't know what the original full video is.
Whoa. He started making money in July 2020. Does that mean that he moved out of the room in July 2020?
He was already moved out in July of 2020, and he was living in the place that y'all have seen for all of 2021 for the most part.
Okay.
So he did move, but again, it was still in the winter session or the fall session of 2020 of the original video. So he was not in a room. That's the only part that
He
I
just
can say.
came. Wait, no. So less than 6 months before that, he was in a room
Yes.
telling this 6-figure woman that she was average at best because she wanted a nigga with at least 5 figures. Because up until until 6 months or so before that, he was making 4 figures. Is that what you saying?
Yes.
Listen, you like facts and I like wrapping it all up. Is that what you say?
I ain't gonna be mad. I can only give y'all the facts because I had to go look it up. Like,
but I'm saying,
a woman who wanted a better man while he was not even close to being the better man. So I had to go look it up.
He just came out the room with the fucking. He literally was 6 months, not even July, August, September, October, November, December, 5 months out the room.
Wow.
Average at what?
Average at best. Now wait, the average at best lady was the one who said she looked average though, right? But he still was calling other women
she was
average
like,
at best.
she tried to call herself like a 7. He was like, you're average at best. That's what it was. She was like, I think I'm like a 7 or, and he was like, nah, this is like, again, men, the way I see it, men resentful of the fact, because that's what I would look like, that this woman was living well. And her only issue is finding a man that at least has something to offer. She wasn't even asking for, something, anything. Nigga, can you pay this light bill in my house? Something. And of course, the nigga who just came out of a room, resentful at best. Stephanie, they asked me to turn my volume up. Hold up, block your ears, Jada. You hear me now?
Yeah, please.
Stop! You fucking bitch. They was like, turn your volume up. I was like, I'm gonna turn it down. That sound loud. They were like, turn it up, because too much YouTubers, we can't hear them. Turn your volume down, girl. Okay?
Lord have mercy.
I said to watch your ears.
Now, why it take us that long through this video to get to that part, child? I don't even know.
Child.
I don't even know.
Stephanie just mad because, she a pick me girl.
Oh, no, I'm talking about get to the part where we realizing that while Kevin was saying all this stuff, he was below average at best.
Below.
Are y'all for real? He wasn't even average.
He wasn't
below
even
average at best.
below.
Lord, stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Y'all lying on y'allselves, child.
Wow. Well, I had already told. Again, I will continue to say this.
Wow. Hey, Big OB, how much baby mamas do you have? He says 70% of black kids are raised in single mother households. Big OB, because men like you are creating them and are not marrying the mothers of your children.
And not only that, but of the 70% of children, because see, 50% of women aren't even raising kids as single mothers. So that tells me that you men are overpopulating the women who already have children, and that's why they make up 70%. It's these women with more than one kids by y'all dudes, okay, that are making up that 70%. Because I did the math. I looked through the statistics.
Mm-hmm. She loves statistics.
Close to 50% of women are in married relationships and having children.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not them. That 70% don't mean 70% of women are raising them. It just means that that's how many kids are out here that belong to single mothers, and other women aren't getting them pregnant. It's the men.
It's the men.
We can't get them pregnant.
Y'all doing that. Y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all. I had a husband. y'all.
Oh,
Okay,
because
OB,
I
big
will admit to you,
OB.
I am definitely
Big
a single
OB
mother.
should have started with the fact. Started with I'm a married man, period, and continued to do whatever. Continued his speech. Anything other than that
He said
is
he's a
you
single father.
are who?
He said he's a single father, so he has a child, and he said he's a single father.
What does that mean? You see
Let
him
me
every.
scroll
You
down. Let
see
me
him
see if he
every
said
other
anything else.
Saturday.
Okay, so he says, I'm a single father. I've had my son
Oh.
since he was 2 weeks old, so I understand, but let's be real. Women choose who have sex. You know what I told somebody the other day? And let's go ahead and bring out this reality. And I know the women in the chat can understand what I mean. A lot of women probably wouldn't even have sex with some of y'all if y'all didn't sit up and pour the pressure on them. And I'm going to say it this way. A lot of women will tell you that their first sexual experience with a guy was with somebody that they really did not want to give into, but the guy
Yep.
was kissing all over them, tongue kissing and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Being aggressive with them, and they went with the flow because some women didn't want to feel like it was a RAPE situation. So because they liked you enough, you got the kitty. It
Yep.
wasn't necessarily that they wanted you. I told a lady that there's an overwhelming percentage of women who have said that they sit up and on their very first experience with a guy, he's doing all the kissing, but they don't kiss no more since then. And I'm like, you know why they kiss on you and stuff? To keep you from saying no, keep you from stopping. They so busy kissing on you hot and heavy and grabbing all up on you so they can hurry up and pull your panties down before you can really get it out. Which isn't to say that women still can't, try and back up and be like, hey, I don't want to do this. But too many women have been called a tease. Too many women have been said to not be telling the truth when they are RAPE. Too many women have been sitting up here, made to feel like they should be having sex on the first day just because they're not virgins. I mean, Kevin Samuels told y'all that.
Yeah. But then, how does that work? Be sanctimonious, but have sex on the first date.
Right. You should be giving it
Be
away.
a virgin,
Ain't that what he
but
be
have
saying?
sex on the
You
first
should
date.
be giving it away.
Should be
You
giving
already
it
got
away.
a
Should
whole
be a whore.
coming out of here.
Be
You
a
got a whole
slut.
human coming out of you, and you ain't even doing this, that, and the third. Oh, okay. Well, you ain't got no kids, but you still, was out here having sex, right? So, how many sexual partners have you had? Oh, okay, 10. So then, you should have had 10 husbands by now. This is the stuff that he was telling y'all, right? Because I know I done at least seen some of that talk within 3 videos that I watched all the way through.
Mahogany. Hold up.
He
Mahogany done
said,
took my
"We
line,
don't believe you.
child.
We know
She done
people."
took my line, child. She wrapped them all up. She said, we don't believe you. You need more people. I'm
Wow.
done. I had to stop for that one. I was like, oh yeah, she right. She did them. She was like, before Jovi even get here, let me just give it to her.
Right, I see. She done already. She
I'm
done already.
dead. She already said it. She already
Wow.
like, listen.
See,
No,
I was
okay,
gonna give
okay.
you the benefit of the doubt, but
Listen,
Mahogany don't
Bo,
know.
we not giving you the benefit of the doubt because you came in here blasting women. Like
Oh, a little
most
salt,
men who
a little
come in
salt
here
talk.
blast. Listen, listen, listen.
Mm.
We just don't. Oh, so
Oh,
Adrian
you know
said
what? Okay.
coercion was the word you were looking for.
Coercion. Okay. So yeah, I felt sad, and I have heard women say this plenty of times when we be having conversations, if they want to be honest enough, and that's usually in like a mental rehab room where they talk about they probably would not have as many sex partners if they didn't feel so pressured in the moment to not, you know what I'm saying? Because I've told y'all that before. This guy he was gonna make me try. I had to fight. I mean, like, I'm holding my clothes up, like, hey. And this is somebody who was supposed to just be a business partner. We didn't have that type of thing with each other. And then I had just met his father coming into the house, and then he left back out. And by the time his dad left out, he was all over me. And I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
We supposed to be handling this business. What are you doing? And I had to fight the man. I'm holding on to my pants, y'all. And I had to finally just say, Okay, well, dang, just let me get to the bathroom. Can I freshen up a little bit? And the moment that he let me up and I got close enough, I darted for the door and I was out of there. And the nerve to hit me and say, you forgot your water bottle and stuff. I don't want that water bottle. Off that water bottle. I didn't even respond back. I was like, this is crazy.
It's crazy.
I was shocked. But you know how many
We can't hear you.
women would have just given into the
Yeah, because they scared, pressure. They don't want to feel like it's being taken from them, so they just doing it.
moment just to keep saying that they were all right. Hold on, wait, I'm gonna go out and
Hello?
okay, am I back?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Jada, you hear me? Oh, where is she? Oh shit, she gone. I was here texting. Sorry. She'll be back in a second. Here she go. Yeah,
Okay,
hello?
there we go. Yeah, I'm here. Okay,
Okay,
so
there
yeah,
you
so
go.
listen, y'all. When I say I was fighting to keep my clothes on and to back him up, and I mean, like, I ain't saying like we met on the internet and I'm at his apartment and we talking about, trying to handle some sort of little small time business. No, I mean, this was somebody that I worked with in an office. Okay, we work for these white people trying to get a project done,
And this is what he doing.
and this is what he doing.
And then,
Shocked me.
when they end up in when the Me Too's pop off, when they end up in these positions, they don't know how the fuck it happened.
Right.
It's
I
wild.
mean, I couldn't believe. I was like, oh my god. And listen, y'all, I had knew this man for years, right? Had been working with him for years, and it blew my mind, and that kept me from ever. I can never be alone with a man that I'm not dating. That's for
Yep.
one.
One, I don't
We can
even
never
do
be
that.
alone.
Yep. I don't
I
trust
have to
these
be
men.
seriously dating you. I don't allow men to come to my house unless we moving into a serious
Yep.
zone. So that means that if I met you today and we went on a date, you don't get to come to my house on the next date. That is no more. I am so nervous of the predatory actions of men. We
Yeah.
talking about this was a guy that was making six figures and he still was putting it all on the line trying to take my cookies. A six-figure man trying to take my cookies. So that tells me this could be any guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so I protect myself a whole lot better nowadays.
You gotta be aware. You
We
have to
didn't
be
no more dates
aware.
at the house. We gotta go to dates in public. Okay? I no longer want to ride in the car with a man that I'm not serious with. Because at any given point, like the ladies be saying, sometimes if they don't give it up in the back seat of the car, technically in the front seat of the car, because they climbing all over the seat on y'all ladies, but y'all got to give it up just to secure y'all getting home, because he done drove and then parked in some area where you looking around and you
That's
can't see nobody.
coercion. That's coercion. That's low key R. That's low key, high key R.
Like, that is so
I'm getting out the car, but
crazy.
again,
And
my
I'm not
mama
saying that
taught
all men
me.
are like this. I'm saying because
My
we don't
mama
know who the
taught
predators
me. I
are,
go
we're
out with
well
a
dressed for
man.
it.
You go out with a guy. You must always have money to be able to come home.
Yes.
Always.
You gotta do what you gotta
Always.
do.
Because, sir, I ain't even clicking on you, so it don't even matter. Don't even look for the link. Just let that shit go. No.
Oh, the guy.
No. I see you, mahogany. No. I'm
Like,
not doing
like,
this.
not today.
Not today. It's Friday. We're already here damn near 3 hours. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this with you.
this girl. Okay. So yeah, but that it's so ladies, listen, if you don't want to be in those situations, because I do know that there are some women who are in that type of situation, having at least one child, and that was how they had that child. So I get it, ladies. I understand. But you got to choose your safety habits better. It doesn't matter what they look like. I'm telling y'all, I would have never thought this would have happened. Not with this guy.
It be
Would have
done.
never thought this would have happened.
It be
Shocked my
done.
whole world. I
Put
move a whole
together.
lot different nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So just, be careful, because while these men out here talking about y'all opening up your womb to everybody, I've at
No, they
least heard some
taking
of
it. They
y'all,
taking wombs. They
they
taking
taking
them.
wombs.
A lot of people out here taking them.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to hear that, but listen, because I ain't giving it. We just gonna fight. I tell people quick, look, I ain't letting nobody I'm not giving up. You gonna have to take this by force. You gonna have to hold a gun to my head and everything, because I'm gonna fight to my last breath. You hear me? I can't just throw my hands to the side. I know people say that's survival. I can't do it.
I can't do it. Not even enough. My mama, before I grew up before cell phones. You need money to get your ass home, girl. my first dates and all of that. Everybody, I make sure you have money to get your butt home.
Dang, this my little computer is tripping today. Sorry, y'all.
Girl, we about to get out of here anyway. Ciao. He's still up there, desperate there. Jada, you started this shit. You know that. You started the trend.
I started it.
You did. For that last one. You know what you did. They trying to get up on here, girl. But wait, Jada, did you not notice the new banner?
Yeah, I noticed you moved it over to the left, and you got Brooklyn's #1 celebrity news and modern women dating advice. You
were like, put that shit back up. I was like, goddamn right, put it back up.
Right.
I put it back up right now. Goddamn it, put it up.
I was like, what happened is that after we did that video yesterday, the next video that came up, that's how you came on the show. And I was like, now why did she stop saying that? Let me let her know I need this back up. Big old.
Oh my Lord. Listen, ignore that.
What
man.
facts are you giving?
Ignore them.
Drop them in the chat. Because you saying that you got, facts. We've dropped the facts. So what facts may be talking about?
He wants the link so he can get up here like Mr. Twitch the other day that I told you about. So they can. No.
Okay.
Y'all ladies.
Yeah, I feel
No.
I feel you.
No.
That ain't gonna happen here. Okay.
My subs, y'all already know that. No.
And you know this probably gonna end up on Twitch, and I would be on Twitch sitting up there like, wait, y'all talking about us again?
No.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, yo. Shout out to y'all. I know Jovi didn't get to all of y'all comments. Blame us for talking.
I couldn't.
She usually gets to a majority of the comments around here, but y'all was in here lit. Y'all was in here lit. It was so many comments. Girl, do you want to go through a couple of more? I would not talk as much so we can get through some of these comments, because I know
I am at the end. I am not going back up there. If you see a comment you want to talk about, you go right ahead. I am not going back up there. It's a lot happening up there.
I look at the comments all the time. I go through just to, when I get ready to block some people, like these little trolls that be talking about click here for sex. I go back in, I click that, and I might see a couple of people, but no, I don't read the chat once I get up here.
She said a number in case of emergency. Listen, y'all just need to have something. Make sure you aren't just ass out. And a motherfucker could just do whatever to you because, I'm going to just give it to him so he don't. Girl, bye. So he could be out here calling you a whore and a slut. Let's go.
Exactly. Listen, my daughter, I want to say this was 2 nights ago. We were talking and she was like, so, when my sweetie get here, are we going on a date? And I said, yep, most likely are. Now, mind you, this is a guy that I've been with since October. She like, okay, well, just make sure you still sending me where y'all going and da-da-da-da-da. And this is my 15-year-old daughter. My 15-year-old daughter is telling me make sure I send her my location, because she wants to see in real time where I'm at all times to make sure that I'm okay. You hear me? My daughter still calls me to check on me in the middle of being out, like, hey, just wanted to check on you, make sure you're okay. Because I taught her that you have to make sure. And it's not even because of the man that I'm with. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Something.
I had my friend went on a date, her first date in like 20 years, because her asshole left. Anyway. I had to tell her again, because it's been 20 years. She bitch ain't been on the first date. I had to be like, all right, so take a picture of his car, because they would meet at a restaurant. Take a picture of his license and send it to me, and let him see you taking the picture of his license. She was like, let him see. I was like, yes, let him see, and just send it to me.
So that way,
that's it. And enjoy your date, sis.
About trying something, okay? That's right, because I ain't gonna kid y'all. My daughter definitely made sure she had my man's license. And I know
They,
people are probably like, why are you involving your daughter in that? I'm not involving in that type of aspect because she had not even met him. The thing is that my daughter was taught well.
yep, and you have
She's
to
going
teach them
on
from early,
16.
or else you're gonna have a dumbass 18-year-old, a dumbass 19-year-old. You got to teach your girl children, or else they're
Yes, you
gonna be
got to
fucking
teach your
victims to
kids.
these fucking idiots. Because trust me, the savages are teaching the savages. They're teaching them how to be
Okay.
savage. So if you ain't teaching your daughter how to combat the savage, like, you are doing your child a disservice. My kid is
Okay.
13. I don't play. I'm letting you know from jump. This. It might be like I used to say what my grandmother used to tell me crazy shit. I used to say it was crazy, but by the time I got older and started getting married, those things that she used to tell me would come right back.
Okay.
Because they were deep, they were buried back here because, oh, somebody told me this before. I already know. My grandmother told me, my mama told me. You know what I'm saying? Certain
Yeah.
things you shouldn't have to learn. Hard head make a soft ass, yes, but we shouldn't be so fucking hard headed. We can't learn from our mamas and our fucking grandmothers. What are you there for
Yes.
if your kid is gonna end up fucked up, a baby mama just like you? Well, not us, but you know
Okay.
what I mean. What are you doing?
Like y'all got to do it. Listen, start young. Just like they trying to teach your kids about transgender or LGBT history and sexual preferences and all of that. If they telling y'all let's do that as early as kindergarten, then why y'all ain't teaching your daughters about this type of stuff?
There
Do
you
you
go.
know that boys are filling girls up? Y'all know that because we were kids before.
Yep,
But you
and
need
you
to
ain't
tell your
saying
daughters
nothing.
that this is not what love looks like. This is not how things are supposed to go because they get even more frisky. Do you know how many middle school girls are having sex already? They already putting the pen in their mouth and putting
How
the pen
many,
in their
yep, how
booty.
many middle school girls are being pressured into having sex because their mama ain't tell them shit, and they don't know no better, and they feel like, oh, they have to, or else, the boy gonna tell, or some dumb shit.
Listen, living in fatherless homes looking for love in all the
Look
wrong
at live,
places. Listen,
ooh, living in
listen. You
fatherless
got to
homes,
teach
looking for
your
fucking
daughters.
love. And especially if you ain't got no father in the home and you ain't even teaching her how to love herself, what do you think is gonna happen?
Okay?
How do you
Because let's
think
not
that is
act
gonna
like the
play out?
reason why young girls weren't dating older men while they were in high school wasn't because it wasn't enough fathers in the home.
There
I
you
didn't know
go.
many girls who sat up there and was
I didn't
dealing with
date
older
nobody
men.
older. I had my
Yeah.
high school boyfriend because I had a dad. It would have been weird as in high school to have a dad and dating a nigga his age. Who does what? Only the
Like,
girls who didn't
first of
have
all,
no
daddy
daddy.
wouldn't even allow that. A daughter would be afraid to sit up there and
Wouldn't
have
even
just
do
a
that.
young
Yeah.
boyfriend, let alone be out here trying to sneak around with an older man.
With an
Come on
old
now.
man, you freaking crazy. I saw this guy. He was on. They posted his shit. It was on Twitter, but he was based, and I think they posted it on site or whatever. I don't have the time to look for it, but he was basically saying, when he has children, he get older. He don't give a fuck how well he raised his daughter, how mature she thinks she is. She ain't bringing home no 30+ ass motherfucker when she 18 because he already know what it is. It's like, that's real shit.
That's
But he
real.
probably wouldn't have to, because if he in the house, you ain't got to deal with your child looking for father figures in all the wrong fucking places.
Okay. Like I would bring up, hold on one second, baby. Come here real quick. Y'all listen to this. Hurry up, Buttercup. Now listen, y'all. I know y'all gonna hear her voice, and she sounds very young. That's just her sweet, innocent voice. She hasn't had to live and grow up to be like a boy. So y'all about to hear this innocent voice. Baby.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on boys right now?
Crazy.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk in full detail. We on live. We with Jovi. So come on closer to the computer. The camera ain't on, baby. Don't
Hey,
worry about it.
baby. The camera ain't on. You good. Hi.
Okay, now ask me a question again.
Okay, so talk to Miss Jovi about boys and your expectations of dating young men and stuff like that. Go ahead and talk to Jovi and her audience about it.
Okay, so first off, hi everyone.
Look at the manners.
Look at the
Continue, sorry.
manners. Go ahead. Jada,
Okay,
shush.
okay, so when it comes to boys, I want a loyal boy, a gentleman, obviously.
Obvious.
Obviously a gentleman.
Obviously.
And then I want someone who is always going to be there by my side no matter what. respectful, and honest to me. And let me see what else.
She all shy. Y'all should see her face right now. Talk
She
talk to
blushing.
them about teenage pregnancy and how you feel about where your life is going to be going. Y'all should have seen
I
her. She
don't
had
like
this
that.
look.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Okay, talk to them about it.
When
What
it
don't you
comes
like, girl? Tell me what you don't like.
Okay, so when it comes to little kids, having other kids, I be thinking to myself, like, this is not what's supposed to be going on in the world with these little kids. They should not be doing all of this. Like, where's your parents? Like, this don't make no sense to me. And sometimes I just have to just sit back and just say, long as it's not me. That's all that matters.
Now,
Child,
my
she got your
daughter.
mannerisms and everything.
I'm surprised she didn't put on her UK voice,
Oh
but
my gosh.
yeah.
Oh.
So okay, so listen, we talk about sex and stuff like that. She's still a virgin. And this is not me guessing. This is me knowing.
Yeah.
She is still a virgin, right? So I said, "Well, baby, look, I ain't got time for you to be having no kids. You turn 18.
No.
We Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead and talk.
Oh, okay. So when I turn 18, I already know where my life is going to go. I'm going to be a businesswoman, trying to get
Okay.
myself out there and
Okay.
focus on myself, self love, self care, all of that, honey.
Nope.
And
Go ahead. We
She
listening,
blushing in the
girl.
midst of y'all.
That is your child, girl. All right, honey. We hear you, baby. Go ahead.
So yeah, so I was like, so I don't expect you to be having sex once you get 18 just because you're talking about moving out of your place. And I know this, right? But it's just me wanting to hear her response. And so she kind of was just like, what? She was like, oh no, honey, I'm not gonna be out here pregnant. Pregnant for what? Am I a wife
What?
yet?
I
Are they gonna
love
let me be a wife
it.
for 2 years? And I was like, that's my baby. But if you let her
Listen.
tell it, she like, you know what? I'm not even going to have kids. I'm not going to have kids. So I said, well, what about a man with kids? Will you date a man with kids? And go ahead and tell them what your answer was, baby.
oh, if I date a man with kids, then obviously, I would probably, I don't know, help out the kids maybe or whatever. But at the same time, I don't want to say it. Never mind.
I'll tell y'all what she said. If y'all haven't realized just from hearing her, my daughter does not like to offend people like that. But what she said is at the same time, he can only have one baby mama. So she was like, I'm not dealing with no guy with a bunch of baby mamas by these dusty women who allowed him to have these babies. And I was like, oh, baby. I was like, that's kind of harsh. But look at it. So she thought about, so, oh, so yeah. But yeah, y'all, she does talk like me, don't she?
That's your
I told
child,
y'all I
girl.
raised her. So she's like a sweet, innocent,
Very shy
very
person.
shy person. You know what I'm saying? She's only shy when it comes to the camera because she be cracking jokes on me all day. You hear me? It was a boy who sung to her first year in ninth grade, right? That was
Okay.
the boy. I told y'all about him. I promise y'all, the boy had a whole mustache, goatee, and all of that, right? Ninth grader, though. Had his own car. I'm like, y'all sure he in the ninth grade? Did he flunk a little? Nonetheless, he sung to her in class for Christmas. And his ex-girlfriend was like, really? Is this what you do? You ain't do that for me. And he was like, oh my God, you're so extra. What was that? Oh, okay. She was like, oh my God, so extra. Why you acting like that? And so my daughter was like, well, he got to do more than sing a Christmas song to get my attention. I was cracking up.
There
Okay.
you go.
I was
Most
like,
of
now
them
this is how
only
you
have
do.
to sing a Christmas song and they getting it.
Okay. Hold on one second.
She said, what did you say? If I got money to get a pass. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole, for your donation. And shout out to London. What time is it over there, girl? Girl, y'all see what time? We've been on here 3 hours. How do I do this with y'all? How the hell? Mahogany said, it's the good manners for me. Oh, Jada, you're raising her great. Jada, that is a mini you. Y'all heard it? I was like, what the
Yes.
hell? I even her mannerisms. Yeah, I can't even say that because my daughter sounds like me. Like, you be like, oh, shit. When you really listen to them talk, you be like, oh, crap. They take it all
Yes.
in. They take it all in. They are little U's. That's why I said, if you, how you giving it is what your daughter's gonna is gonna emulate.
That's right. Train them up in the way that they should go so
Yep.
that when they get old enough, they
They
would
will
not necessarily depart from it.
from it.
You
Yep.
gotta train. Never too early to train your kids up. When I say I was talking to my daughter about sex topics, she was 8.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
I was teaching her the school
Yeah.
system, realizing that middle schoolers was having sex already.
Yep. Yep. You got to prepare them because this world is world is horrible, and these little boys are out here being predators.
Absolutely. When
It
I
is
talk
what
to
it
my daughter
is.
about, like, if I go out of town, I'm like, okay, well, when you turn 16, technically I can go out of town for a day and, enjoy my best life and come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, don't you be having no parties up in my house while you hear her talk about, so, oh, I'm not.
She's
I'm
like,
like,
no, I'm
okay, that
not.
works. But here's the thing. Do you know that my sisters who are older than me, right? My sisters
Mm-hmm.
who are older than me by 15 plus years, them and my brother and them say that I am too strict on my daughter. I'm like, listen, if I'm not more strict than my mother was with us, she gonna turn out to be a
Yeah.
little wild. Okay, let's just say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my mother was strict on me, so I have to be more strict for this looser generation that's out here.
Mm-hmm.
So when y'all sit up here and be like, I can't control what my daughter watches or I can't control what
Yes,
my
you
kids are
can.
doing, you are the parent. You
You
can.
are the
You
parent.
don't
I don't
want
want to
them
hear
watching
this shit.
stuff on social media or on YouTube and stuff. Guess what? You can monitor that.
Yep. I
There
took the
are
laptop
ways to do
yesterday.
it.
I took the laptop yesterday. I took the phone yesterday. Like you can, like you're the parent. Regardless of whatever,
You are the parent.
they live to emulate us. That's what they
Okay.
do. That's what they do. They live to emulate us. So what are they emulating? That's half the battle right there.
Gina, that is half the battle right
Right
there.
there. Like what are they emulating? What are you showing them? What is the example? Cause they
Yeah.
gonna live
You
by
got
that. My kid, like I said, my mom ain't have me till she was like 22. I had my kids till I was 28. She been saying since she was young she ain't having no kids till at least 29. Married with kids at least 29. She ain't even having them. She got to be older than me. She said that. I didn't say that.
Mm,
She said that.
yeah.
She was
See?
like, "You was older than grandma, and I'm gonna be older than you, even if it's just a year before I have my
Man,
first."
yeah,
Like because she understands, unlike a lot of people, ain't no teenage pregnancies here.
okay.
I
Ain't no
wasn't a teenager. I was
pregnancy, ain't
married.
no cooking out,
Grandma was
ain't no
married.
alcoholics and weed heads before she even 18.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter don't even like cussing. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all witness that I don't really cuss a lot, right? It's very rare if y'all hear me cuss. So my daughter be sitting up here. She used to sit up and be like, "Mom, mom, mom," and I used to laugh so much. But then people would be like, your daughter be cussing when you ain't around. I was like, "No, I don't believe that because she don't even like me cussing." And they be like, yeah, she be trying to tell the other kids don't cuss. I'm like, that's right. It's not ladylike. So I be trying to keep her in a certain type of mode. And then when she turns 18, if she does get a little wild, it won't be that wild. I tell you that. She might get a little taste of freedom, but she ain't gonna end up no baby mama
Yep.
3 times over. You know what I'm saying? It's not built for her life. And if you train your kids up in that way and show them by example, okay, also show them by example, especially that no matter what your circumstances are, because don't let it sound like I'm trying to rag on the women who got 3 and 4 kids or 3 and 4 baby daddies. Look, I'm not trying to rag on y'all. What I'm saying is that if you got kids now and you know that this is the situation that you placed yourself in, why are you not teaching your daughters not to go the same way? Why are you continuously showing them the type of men that you allow to disrespect you in their face?
Yep. Very
Your
true.
daughter, we just had this talk. My daughter is 15 years old. She'll be 16 in July. And my daughter can only tell you of 2 men ever. She's only met 2 men ever in her life. I don't allow that. So when people be sitting up there talking about well, your dating life ain't gonna be fun. No, my dating life has been great and
Yeah.
beneficial.
Yeah.
been
They
great
don't need to
and
see all of that.
beneficial.
They don't need to see all of that. They don't
But they
need
don't
to
need to
see
see
a
my
parade
daughter.
of niggas running through the house or because I'm dating you. My kid got to meet. Like, this is too much. Like, no, stop having
No,
a
no,
parade
no.
of niggas through your house, and then your daughter won't think it's appropriate to have a parade of niggas through a house.
And that's
Shut
what
up
I'm
and
saying.
move. Shut up and move says, hey Jovi, how do you feel about a mother telling her daughter she can't have no boyfriend at the ages 14 through 17 when there's fathers in the home and she's not teaching her daughter anything?
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for the compliment about me and my daughter. I just want to say that real quick. I'm sorry.
About the typos.
No. Female rap elite. It ain't that she ain't cussing in front of me. She don't cuss at all. When the day that I told her that she could cuss at somebody, because I was like, yo, you tell them blah, blah, blah. My daughter was like, Mom, are you serious? That's not how you handle that. She does not do it. People will tell you, my daughter, you could hear her, the kids be mad because she be telling kids, they be like, Miss LaRue, your daughter is always getting on us about something. I done told her she don't want to seem like the
She don't want to be the snooty girl. I used to be the snooty
but
girl. I used to be the snooty girl. Like,
yes.
that
They
is
be like,
beneath
you're
you.
like her mama.
Yeah, people don't like to hear that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let them.
Her older cousin was out drinking on the internet, and my daughter was like, I don't think that that's the best thing to do. So she come talking to me like, Mom, we need to have a talk with her because, if she'll start drinking, she'll start smoking. She starts smoking, she'll be having babies. The whole conversation was funny. But, I know my daughter, and people know my daughter. So if someone was to
Yeah.
even say that my daughter did certain things, they'd be like, what are you talking about? Her friends would be like, what are you talking about? That's not her.
So,
It just
all
ain't her.
right,
But
shut up
nonetheless,
and
okay, so how do
move.
you feel?
Shut up and move. I think that I think it's I don't think it's in your best interest to send your kid off to college without experiencing dating. Especially your girl children. I don't think it's in the best interest for them. Because a lot of the times, by the time you hit 18, a lot of these motherfuckers are fully indoctrinated into being fuckboys. So I'm not, I think it's okay as long as it's chaperoned and everybody, and if you raising your kid right, just because she has a little boyfriend don't mean that she's doing a bunch of extra shit, right? I just think that you have to prepare them. That's why I also think, it's okay, especially growing up, them learning how to wear makeup, and that's our job, to prepare them to be women, right? We're preparing them to be women, so they shouldn't have to, again, play catch up at 18. Basically, basic shit that they should already know, like how to wear makeup, how to not fall for the most basic of shits because they never even went out for pizza with a guy before, Like the first motherfucker who paid them attention in high school. Yeah, how to walk in shoes, how to put themselves together, how not to just fall for some spoonie G that she probably should have felt for when she was 14, 15 and learned the lesson, but now you didn't tell her, so now she's in college and she's a freaking single mother behind it. Because now sex is involved. Because now they're 18, 19 years old and she's learning lessons, in my opinion, that you probably should have told her. Or that she should have learned when she was a tween or in her teenage years. That's my opinion. What do you think, Jada? Hello? Okay, that's my personal opinion. I don't know where Jada at. She probably over there talking. Sounds like the siblings are jealous because you're teaching her right. We have to train our boys and girls. This is the thing. This is the same thing. It's like hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So what did you think about the question?
Okay, so I think they should date, but it still should be a controlled date.
Yeah.
I noticed that people allow their kids to date, but it's not controlled. It's not a controlled atmosphere. It's like you don't even know where your kids are going out on dates.
Yeah.
You're not meeting who these guys are that you're sending your kids on dates with. It's those type of things that bother me. So
Yeah.
as far as 14, no. 15, no. 16, I can deal with it. I can deal with it. I'll bite my tongue. My daughter's going on 16. I realize I'm gonna have to bite my tongue because the boys are asking all the time. So I do I do understand that my daughter makes certain types of selections. She like me.
Yeah.
She selects certain type of guys. She don't care about all the other ones. She make a certain selection on guys. So I feel confident with allowing her to go on a date. It needs to be somewhere close to home.
Okay.
It needs to be somewhere where
Mm-hmm.
people can see. Okay. First of all, are
Yeah,
they going
okay.
out on a date where he's paying for dinner? See, I need to know that. I need to know that. Because
You need to
that's
know
going to
what?
make or break if I say yes to the moment. Is he buying dinner? Are y'all going to the movies? She knows she can't go to carnivals. I have stricken that from a dating location.
Okay.
Um, because I realize so much be going on at these carnival nowadays. I mean, you be having people who get killed and RAPED in these little, carnival areas where they're going into the mirror room and RAPED and guys. But again, she chooses well. But nonetheless, I would like to keep her away from certain areas. It should be out in the open with
Certain
other people. So
circumstances. Yeah.
yeah, so it has to be certain circumstances for her to be allowed to go on these dates.
So
And
she
again,
can
I'm
learn to
admitting,
have, so she can herself learn to have that discretion for when
yes,
she's making these decisions to
thank you.
know, like you just said, oh, I ain't having a house date no more. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Learn
oh
from
yeah,
to have these discretion to say, okay, well, I'm not gonna be put myself in this position. It has to be this, or this.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
If you want
And
to
I,
date me, or
my
you don't
ex.
have to date
I told
me.
y'all about my ex before. My ex, we have talked, and um, I allow him to have his input, so he would definitely have an input on the guys. I'm gonna make the final decision though. Usually, I would say I'll let the men handle the final decision, but I realize my ex ain't that top notch on some stuff like that. I don't know what it is. He believes they should bump their head completely. I believe you give them the knowledge, and if something don't seem right, you protect your kid and you don't allow it to happen. Right?
Yeah.
He just believes that let them bump her head. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no,
If
no,
you
no.
supposed to protect them, listen, there will be a time when I will not be here. It will be a time when I don't have no say. She on her own. It will be a time when I'm not here. At this is the raising of your children.
Yes.
This is the raising of your fucking children. Bump who had? She gonna bump it when she 20 or when she 25 or when she, you know what I'm saying? Like this
Yeah.
is the raising, so hopefully she ain't bumping it too hard then.
Yes. And I want her to know how to dress appropriately for dates. I don't want her thinking she got to go look like a hot thought to go on a date with a boy.
No?
Look, you can go looking cute. Go look
You
cute.
should go looking cute, but
But
yeah,
I don't know where we got these mothers who allow their daughters to go out on dates looking like a stripper. I don't know where that comes from. But not I,
they
said the cat. I can't
not I
allow
says
that.
the cat. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And if I had a
That
son, because I only have a daughter, if I had a son, he would get the
it's the
same
same
rule.
thing.
16, and son, you must do X, Y, and Z for this young lady. Because if you want her to be of quality for you, you have to treat her like she is valued like quality. It
Yeah.
starts right there when the young men are dating. And son, if you ain't able to date like that, then don't even do it. You
Don't
ain't allowed
even.
to date if you can't treat the woman like this. And that's not me trying to control him. That's me teaching him.
How to be a man, or else he gonna end
That's
up like a
right.
manosphere nigga, angry that a woman don't wanna like pay his rent for him.
Okay.
Deb
But
said,
see, I
I
don't.
think it's Deb said, I think it's great your daughter's displaying good moral characters. Black people are shamed for trying to do the right thing. Dysfunctional behavior is encouraged and celebrated. Yeah.
Absolutely.
If we were teaching,
And listen,
if
if
our
my
kids
goal
was
is
out
trying to be
here
right,
cussing and acting ghetto and doing all of this shit, it's all good. Trying to raise children is crazy. Trying to raise black children to some sort of level of just fucking dignity
mm-hmm.
is frowned on. If we not, but again, we supposed to, we trying to fight against being single mothers and fuckboy antics and having all these girls that's just whatever. But how are you gonna get there if you're not raising them to be better?
That's right.
We have to raise them to be better. You can't how? I don't know.
Oh man, I wish she was still. I done came outside. I wish she was still around me so she could talk to y'all about healthy relationships. That's the type of stuff that my daughter speaks on. You know what I'm saying? These type of things. That's because I'm raising her. I ain't trying to like toot horns. I'm just trying to tell y'all that it's never too early to teach your children. And when you don't know, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. But how about both you and your children go learn? How about y'all get help and seek what it's like, the examples of, and the healing process of becoming healthier people? Because my daughter knows she ain't sitting up there with no unhealthy relationship with no boy, no matter what age.
Child, Marlon says I am not a quality human being because I got my bonnet on, child.
No professional, self-respecting woman would show up with a bonnet.
Child!
Marlon. I would have
right, Marlon.
For that.
I ain't worried about Marlon, child. Marlon just angry.
That's what I was like. I'm not even gonna give him the energy because it doesn't really bring up a discussion.
It doesn't. It's like, okay.
I'll say some stuff if I feel like it brings up an actual discussion, but
She says, sadly, it's okay. All right, girl, we about to get over here. It's 3.5 hours. I feel like a fucking 8-hour YouTuber right now.
At 3 hours, I was like, what? I was like, has it been that long?
Yes, it's 3.5 hours.
Came over, so I'm helping him fill out something. So I'm just waiting for him to figure out what paper he about to give me. But other than that, I guess I am. This is a great conversation. That's really what all I can say.
It's always a great conversation.
Yeah,
it's always a great conversation, child. But they be lining up 3.5 hours. We got to go, girl. Ooh, I'm hungry.
But shout out to y'all for coming on in and saying what y'all had to say. Shout out to everybody for liking the video. If you have not liked this video already, because I know right now it's more likes than people watching right now. But nonetheless, I know everybody that's in here now didn't hit something. So go ahead and hit the like or the dislike button. All right. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. Share if you care, because this whole video was loaded with stuff. Okay.
Yes.
And just don't be out here. If you're gonna fight till you make it, at least be at the status that you're talking about before you go dragging a whole set of others. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say about that. At least status, because I don't know how you could be living in a house in a room renting and you got all of these different issues going on with yourself. So as a 50-year-old man, so y'all just get your lives together. Again, if you go fake it, at least keep reaching your goal. He wasn't written no. Oh yeah, okay, I'll take that high value room. So it says something else. It does. Oh no, high value room. From the picture, child, I don't know if that looked like it was a high value room, but it was at least decent. So shout out to that. If you guys would like to follow Jovi Beauty, you can reach her on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. Oh, YouTube because you own it, right? Facebook, Twitter, and all of that, right? Make sure you follow Jovi Beauty or Jovi Beauty School on all social media platforms. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, there are several ways you can donate. You could super chat, you could PayPal, you could Cash App, you can Venmo, you can even go to jovibeauty.com and sign up for one of her courses, get her ebook, or even some of her fashions, y'all. She got it all for you.
I do.
Oh, Charlie, thank you for having me up as usual. It was delightful.
Thank you.
Yes,
girl.
I love these topics. Sometimes these topics are better than the celebrity topics, boy.
They are. They really are. I prefer these topics, but them celebrity topics bring the views, child.
Oh yeah, they bring the views, baby. I know. We're gonna slide into knowledge any chance we can get, though, don't we?
Damn right. Yes, we do.
All right, y'all. So see y'all later.
All right, girl.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. Oh, thank you for coming. Listen, just to round it up, listen, we repeat this video. If you came in late and you wanted to know all this Kevin Samuels bull, rewind this video. It's been a great video, 3.5 hours. Listen, if you want to contact me, my email address is jovibeauty@gmail.com. That's jovibeauty@gmail.com. If you have any stories, any information you would like to send me, any even sponsorship opportunities, please don't listen, just please email me. All right, and I'm done. I'm tired. I'm hungry too, so I'm out of here. And as long and I hope you live your life I'm tired. I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it. We're done. See y'all tomorrow. Yes, I'll come tomorrow. Bye.